Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to one of the most highly anticipated games of the year, a game that Panther Nation looks forward to all season long. It's Homecoming 2022 as your Prairie View A&M University Panthers have returned home to take on the Wildcats of Bethune-Cookman University. Andre Davis here alongside Dr. Mike Prince. How you feeling today, sir?
I'm feeling real good, young man. How are you, sir?
I am very excited, Mike. I am very excited for today's ball game. Nothing like being in the homecoming atmosphere here on the Hill, Mike. And this is a conference matchup for the Panthers. They've just concluded their last non-conference matchup of the season last week against Lamar University that we'll get into here in just a moment. Right after we thank our sponsors and supporters for today's broadcast. Today's game is brought to you by the Prairie View Athletic Club, the Panther Backers, Temple of Refuge Ministries, Teague's Barbecue, and A Rocket Movers and Storage. Thank you for your continued support of our broadcast coverage right here throughout Waller County and beyond. Dr. Mike Prince.
Yes, sir.
Well, if you're just now joining us, we're in the midst of our pregame show coming at you live from Blackshear Field by way of Prairie View A&M University as the Panthers are ready to set their homecoming out against the Wildcats of Bethune-Cookman University here this afternoon. As we previously mentioned, the Panthers are coming off a road win as they took care of business in Beaumont, Texas last Saturday against Lamar University by a score of 54-21. It was a much-needed win for the Panthers after coming off a bye week. They were able to get the win in a very convincing fashion, Mike.
Yes, they were, and as you stated, it was a much-needed win. After being, let's just say, embarrassed at home against the Southern Jaguars, Panthers had a chance to go back, lick their wounds, get some things in order, and as a result, over 400 rushing yards and a very convincing win over the Lamar Cardinals.
Well, they answered your prayers twice, Mike. they put up more than 35 points. Yeah, and if you remember, during our halftime report, you requested them. They had some costly penalties that gave up 21 points in that first half. So because of that, during our halftime report, you requested them to pitch a shutout in the second half, and they delivered, Mike.
They did deliver, and when I brought that up to the coordinators, Mark Fredericks for offense and Todd Middleton for the defense, Middleton's response was, I'm glad that we covered for you, but let's give the credit to those kiddos. He said, because they went out there and made it happen. And these guys had a very, let's say, in-your-face, coming-to-Jesus meeting about their second-half collapse. And so far, they've been able to answer the bell. Let's see if they can stay consistent with a much stronger opponent today in the Bethune-Cookman Wildcats.
Yes, sir. Very much stronger opponents. And just going back to how they answered the call, Mike, they definitely answered the call offensively last week against Lamar. They were very aggressive offensively. They ran the ball aggressively. It was almost as if the coaches told the running backs before the game, hey, I want you to run the ball like you're the best running back in the entire Southwestern Athletic Conference. No, better yet, the best back in all of FCS, because there were so many broken tackles that took place. I wish we had this particular stat in front of us right now to determine just how many broken tackles there were total. But these guys were running with some authority and a chip on their shoulders last week.
No doubt about it, man. And when you look at it, it was long overdue. You and I have been talking since the start of the season. We're waiting on this breakout game where you're going to have both the offense, defense, and the special teams have been on point from game one, just all clicking together. Now, it wasn't a perfect game, but it was a game that you were looking forward to, headed in the right direction that the Panthers need, especially on this back stretch, man, with Texas Southern doing the things that they've done these last few weeks. It has really sprung a chord, if you would, for the Panthers to be able to reposition themselves and possibly come back with consecutive Western Division titles for the Southwestern Athletic Conference.
Yes, sir. And it's definitely something that we can possibly look forward to. We definitely want to get ahead of ourselves. The Panthers are going to have to take it one game at a time. They've been doing that so far. And I just want to point something out for PV Nation. Offensively for the Panthers, the passing game or the lack thereof has been the biggest criticism for the Panthers offense. And, of course, quarterback Trason Conley received some criticism in the early part of the season as to whether he can throw the ball or not. Now, even though he's answered to that criticism, in my opinion, with some of the throws he's made this season, the Panthers are still in the lower pack of the Southwestern Athletic Conference in terms of their passing abilities. But there's one question that I would have for Panther Nation. When you have a rushing attack like the Panthers have this season, is there even a need to be concerned? And I'm not talking about one guy or two guys. I'm talking about 5 capable running backs to get the job done. Last week against Lamar, Conley went 15 for 21 for 179 yards and 2 touchdowns, which isn't necessarily horrible. He completed 71% of his passes, not for many yards, but anything above 70% completion is deemed very good for a quarterback. But on the ground, the Panthers collectively ran for a total of 418 rushing yards against Lamar. And those were distributed collectively between Ahmad Antoine, Jaden Stewart, the freshman Connor Wysham, Bernard Goodwater, and Jamarius Brooks, who kind of took the place of the other veteran running back, Christian Mosley, in terms of field action. And, of course, Trayvon Conley had over 100 yards rushing as well and 3 touchdowns. But 418 yards on the ground, in my estimation, was a tale of the tape offensively in last week's performance, Mike.
Well, to answer the question about Connolly's ability to pass the ball, let's be honest about this, Andre. It's not really on Connolly that some of his passes have not gone through. There have been a lot of key drops from the receivers, and that is beyond your control. Now, he's been getting the ball where it needs to be. Not a lot of high-risk passes that he takes, and really there's no need, as you mentioned, with the running game. But I want people to be conscious enough to know that, it might not be throwing 250, 300 yards a game, but when you got receivers, and let me add, they've been wide-open drops and a contested drop, and that's the concern that you want to make sure that you can shore up, especially as you get closer and these games get tighter, the season gets a little bit more grindier, if there's such a word. But you get a chance to, now the weather's going to start getting a little bit cold. The temperature's 58 degrees right now before kickoff. You got to make sure that when you get that ball to that receiver, and it might not be a lot of times, but when you get it, make it count.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And to your point, Mike, when it comes to Conley, yes, he's not putting up big numbers through the air in terms of yardage. And, of course, we can point to, the drop balls that we've seen all season long. But even with that being said, even though he's not putting up big numbers through the air, there is one stat that does stand out to me, and that's 65% completion. Conley is actually completing over 60% of his passes. He's accurate for the most part downfield. And to your point, there's been a lot of drop balls, and there have been key moments and key situations where receivers would have needed to step up in certain times. And so far, we haven't really quite seen that. They're almost coming in spurts, if you will. But we haven't quite seen that. And, for those that say, in terms of last week's performance on the ground for the Panthers, for those that say, well, it was against Lamar, who's been winless all season, this has been the character of the Panthers offense all season long, regardless of their opponent. The Panthers are averaging 230 rushing yards per game, which puts them second in the SWAC right behind Southern. So this has been the characteristic for the Panthers this entire 2022 campaign, and it's working so far. And we also – yes, sir. Go ahead. Yes, sir.
No. Go right ahead. Go. Continue. Please continue.
Well, and to that point, we also need to give credit to the offensive line, Mike. I gave them credit during our pregame show last week, and I think I'm going to extend that praise here this week, not just for the success of the running backs, but for Trayvon Conley. Trayvon Conley has been sacked fewer times than any other quarterback in the entire Southwestern Athletic Conference. Now, Conley, of course, doesn't linger in the pocket too long either. I feel like he's counting 1,001, 1,002. And if you're a receiver, if you ain't open in 2 seconds, Conley is taking off. But that still doesn't change. But that still doesn't change how well the line has protected him so far this season and the holes they've opened up for these running backs to have the success that they've had this season as well.
No doubt about it. And we're going to have to give out, I guess, the big guys love shout-outs and call those big guys out. And not only when they're getting called for a penalty, but just for doing their job, protecting the quarterback, as you mentioned, opening up these lanes for these 5 horsemen to run through and just do their things. And so they do the grind work, the dirty work, and they call them the big uglies affectionately. Not, that none of them are not good-looking young men. But, they do all that grunt and grunt work, man, and it really takes a toll on their bodies. So I'm glad you acknowledged some big guys on today.
Yeah, we have to. We have to. These guys have, they don't get all the glory. Usually the skilled guys, the quarterback, running backs, receivers, they're usually the ones that's getting all the glory because they're scoring the touchdowns and making the highlight plays. But those big guys, the ones that's down there in the trenches, those are the ones that's actually making things happen. As we're in the midst of our pregame show, you're just now tuning in. We got about 17 minutes to go here right before kickoff. Kickoff is scheduled for 2 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time. We're broadcasting live from Blackshear Field by way of Prairie View A&M University. We'll take a quick break and come back with more of our pregame show right here on the Open Mic Broadcast Network.
Today's game is brought to you by the Panthers, proudly serving student athletes since 1995. Scholarships and student support has been the main focal point of the Panthers. Through consistent support from former athletes, dedicated alumni, and fellow donors, the Panthers have provided scholarship funds for several young men and women athletes at Prairie View A&M University for the past 26 years. For more information on how to become a member, contact Dino Robinson at 713-417-2090. That number again, 713-417-2090. You can also visit their website at www.pantherbackers.org. The Hill is where the heart is. Today's game is brought to you by A-Rocket Movers and Storage, located at 3354 Yellowstone Boulevard, Houston, Texas. Be sure to contact James Woods at 713-545-0658. If you're looking for movers, a place to store your items, or if you need both, our good fellas at A-Rocket Movers and Storage can get you a 2-for-1. So head on down there now. That's A-Rocket Movers and Storage, and let them know that the Open Mic Broadcast Network sent you. Also, be sure to listen to the Mike Prince Show daily by subscribing to our YouTube channel at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. The Mike Prince Show, dissecting Prairie View athletics and all news and updates surrounding the Southwestern Athletic Conference. And again, you can check out the show daily by subscribing to our YouTube channel at the Open Mic Broadcast Network, the station designed with you in mind. Hey, Panther.
Join.
And welcome back to Panther Football right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Andre Davis alongside Dr. Mike Prince. As the Panthers are looking to add to their win column against Eastern Division opponents, Bethune-Cookman of the Southwestern Athletic Conference. Kickoff is scheduled for 2 o'clock p.m. We're in the midst of our pregame show here for today's contest. And if you're just now joining us, tell a friend that if they can't make it to the Hill for the game here this afternoon, they can catch all the live play-by-play coverage right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. All they have to do is dial 857-777-0000. That number again is 857-777-0000. Well, to bring everyone up to speed, Mike, the Panthers are coming into today's contest with a 4-3 overall record and a 3-1 record in conference play. They're sitting second in the Western Division of the Southwestern Athletic Conference. Their only conference loss against an opponent that's actually sitting in that number one spot of the West Division, and that's Southern University. And for Bethune-Cookman, this is a team that I would consider to be sneaky scary. They don't necessarily do a whole lot of things that jump off the stat book, but they're a team that can beat you if you don't do the little things right. They're coming in at a 2-5 overall record with a 2-2 record in conference play. This is a conference matchup for both squads, Prairie View A&M of the West Division, Bethune-Cookman of the East Division. And again, not a team that's known for putting up impressive numbers, but a team that cannot be taken lightly, Mike.
No doubt about it. Terry Sims has been leading the Wildcats, and he has some PV ties. He's coached on the staff at Prairie View once upon a time, and he has these guys ready to play, and it's just like those almost and just missed moments that the Wildcats have experienced thus far this season. So with that being said, it just came out of a shootout last week with Mississippi Valley, 45-35. They were able to outlast the Delta Devils. But one thing that's been unique about Bethune-Cookman also this season, Andre, is that they have played in more homecoming games this season than any opponent throughout the conference. if I'm not mistaken, they were scheduled for either 5 or 6 homecomings just for the 2022 season.
Wow. and what does that tell you when a team feels like they need to schedule you for their homecoming? What's the mindset that you're thinking if you're that opponent, if you feel like everybody is scheduling us for their homecoming? Because you know as well as I do, and you play football here at Prairie View, you know just as well as I do, typically for your homecoming, you got everybody coming out, you got the alumni coming out, you got the current students that's there, you know, everybody's coming out for all the festivities. The last thing you want to do is lose on your homecoming. So, and I'm not saying that that's every school's mindset, but typically you want to try to do whatever you can to pull out a W on your homecoming. So if you're the opposing team and you always get scheduled on someone else's homecoming, you know, what kind of mentality does that give you, or how much does that fuel you when you come into that particular ball game?
Well, it's all kind of things and thoughts that go through a person's mind when that's the case. Now, when you're talking about being scheduled as a homecoming opponent, sometimes, and I'm just using this very loosely, when it's a conference opponent, sometimes it's just the luck of the draw. But in most cases, if you're a team that's somewhat on the bubble or struggling, you try to find an opponent that you think you got a greater chance of winning, because or at homecoming, people who probably are what you consider fair-weathered fans or just casual fans, they come by to once a year for homecoming, and you lose that. You lose them for the rest of the season. So when you look at the Wildcats situation, I would not think that it's a disrespect, but as a player, you're going to have that chip on your shoulder.
Oh, there you go.
Yes. Okay.
There you go. Yeah, you're good.
Okay, and so you would think that it's a problem from the players' point of view, but I don't think necessarily from the coaches. Now, the coaches will build their guys up and say, these guys don't respect you. They scheduled you for homecoming as an added fuel to go out there and get those guys fired up.
Right, absolutely, because that's usually the message you typically hear, and like you said, especially from a coach's standpoint, when you're trying to, fire your guys up and motivate them, they'll typically kind of use it as a motivation factor that, hey, these guys don't respect you because they decide to host you guys for their homecoming. So what better way to spoil their homecoming than to go out here and beat them down on their home turf? That's usually the mindset that you might hear from coaches, especially in situations like this. And to be honest, Mike, even though, their records, don't really show for it, Bethune-Cookman has found themselves somewhat in close ball games throughout the season. Again, the final scores don't do the justice, but the game against Alabama A&M in the early part of the season, they fell short to by the score of 35-27. I mean, it was a close ball game, and even at one point, it was tied at one point. So that lets me know that, the Bethune-Cookman, even if they're not getting the results on the back end, they're also not a team that's just going to lay down and just take it, if that makes sense.
No
they're
doubt
going
about
to
it.
put up a
No
fight.
doubt.
They're going to put up a fight, and they're going to put up a challenge.
No doubt. As a matter of fact, when these two got together last season, Bethune-Cookman fell short to Prairie View by a score of 35-29. So it's not like they're coming in here afraid. What's the deal? We ain't scared. They're not coming in here being intimidated or being bullied. These are Division I ball players, just like Prairie View has Division I ball players, and that's why Prairie View has to come in here with their mindset to come in and take care of business. And what's been the theme, Andre? Finish them. So if they don't do anything else, they got to finish. Now, I've been very pleased with the results of Lamar, but Lamar is behind us now. We got these Wildcats, and we got to finish them today. I want that quick start. I'm not going to jump out and say what I want. Well, I might say what I want, but I do anticipate this being a very, very close, tough-fought game from beginning to end.
Yes, sir. Andre Davis alongside the Dr. Mike Prince. If you're just now joining us, we're in the midst of our pregame show. The Panthers are ready to take on the Wildcats of Bethune-Cookman University. This is Homecoming 2022. We're coming at you live from Blackshear Field by way of Prairie View A&M University. You got about 8 minutes and 30 seconds left on the game clock before these two teams are ready to do battle. And speaking of the Wildcats, Mike, we're just speaking in terms of looking at today's action. I got a few players from each side, from Prairie View and for Bethune-Cookman, that I want to highlight here just for our pregame show, just in terms of players to watch out for. If you're Panther Nation, if you're just now tuning in, if you haven't been following Panther football all season long, I'm going to start with PVMU, a few players that you need to watch out for today's ball game. And I'm going to start offensively with the quarterback, Trayvon Conley, dangerous dual-threat quarterback who's leading all quarterbacks in the SWAC in rushing yards per game, right around 70 yards per game. We talked about earlier in our pregame show in terms of the passing ability. We already know this brother can throw, completing over 65% of his passes. And not to mention that Conley, because of his performance last week against Lamar University, he was the SWAC Offensive Player of the Week coming into today's ball game. So be on the lookout for this guy to have a very, very monster game today, Mike. And next, offensively, I'm going to say all 5 running backs. Ahmad Antoine, Jaden Stewart. I'm not going to say just one, all 5, because in order for this offense to flourish the way it's been flourishing all season long, it has taken all 5 of these running backs. Every single one of these guys, Ahmad Antoine, Jaden Stewart, Connor Weisham, Bernard Goodwater, and even the other veteran running back, Christian Mosley, every single one of these running backs are averaging more than 4.5 yards per carry. These guys are sensational. They've been playing great all season long. We gave credit to the offensive line, opened up the holes for these guys. All 5 of these running backs are going to have to show up and come up big for the Panthers offensively. Now, as we flip over to defense, I'm going to start with the linebacker, Keyshawn Johnson, a big 6'2" frame, 200-pound linebacker. He's in the top 5 of the Southwest Athletic Conference in terms of tackles this season. He makes key plays in key moments. Definitely have to watch out for this guy this season. And another guy defensively, the cornerback, Logan Jackson, had a big interception last week in the red zone, one of the premier defensive backs on this squad. Looking for him to make some key plays this afternoon as well, Mike. You talk about takeaways. I believe you at least for the past 3 or 4 weeks, you predicted a takeaway, or at least requesting, I'll use that, you requested a takeaway defensively for the Panthers, and so far they've been able to execute. And last week, Logan Jackson was able to execute with a takeaway, an interception right at the goal line in the second half, just to kind of put that final statement on that ball game. But those are the players that you have to watch out for on the TV side of things here for today's ball game.
No doubt, no doubt. They're fired up, ready to go. And, you know, that's that mojo with the rabbit foot working, Andre, that I have. And I have to use it sparingly. So I got it on standby, man. And so if it's ready to get some things, you know, off and popping, I'll pull it out and start rubbing. It's getting a little thin in its fur, man. I'm feeling bone and toes right about now. So I might have to reinvest in another one.
Now, if you do that, Mike, and I have no problem. I'm sure Panther Nation has no problem with that. But my only request is that you don't wait a little too late. You know, we're gonna have to time it. We're gonna have to time it just right. When things start to kind of look like it's getting slightly out of hand, we got to go ahead and pull it out now. We cannot wait.
Well, I got it out right now. I got it out right now, just kind of rubbing on it a little bit. I hadn't started pressing on it. See, there's a difference, Drake. You have to rub, and then there's a press. You know, you pressing when you're stressing. I'm not stressing just yet. So I'm just kind of relaxed right about now, and I'm rubbing. I say, okay, let's go ahead and do this, let's do that, and let's keep it going. But, you know, I like the quick starts. I want to make the statement, whether we're on defense or the offensive side of the ball. Being a defensive guy, I know you're an offensive guy. I prefer to have my defense on the field first, but I know you guys on the offense want to be able to set the tempo. Whichever way it goes, that first series, to me, is always critical at the start of the game and at the start of the second half.
Well, and to your point, Mike, and we'll touch on that here in just a second, but that's been kind of flipped for the Panthers in terms of how they want to start the ball game. But before we get into that, I want to highlight players to watch out for. You know, this is homecoming for the home team, Prairie View A&M, but we don't want to leave out Bethune-Cookman. There's a couple of guys from Bethune-Cookman that we might want to watch out for here in today's ball game. Both of them on the offensive side of the ball. The running back Keyshawn Beard. He's sitting in the top half of the Southwest Athletic Conference in terms of rushing yards this season. He's averaging 6.1 yards per carry, Mike. Definitely have to watch out for him today. And then the quarterback, Jalen Jones, sitting in third in the SWAC in terms of passing yards so far this season. This is a team that averages 28 pass attempts per game. So they don't mind airing the ball out. And this guy also likes to take off running as well. So be on the lookout for him too. Now, to your point, the Panthers have kind of switched things in terms of how they want to start the ball game. In the beginning of the first half of the season, if the Panthers won the coin toss, they were putting their defense out there on the field, starting to get that momentum, kind of see if they can create some turnovers, get some stops on third down. We talked about third down before. But the second half of the season, the Panthers, if they win the coin toss, they've elected to receive the ball, put their offense down the field, see if they can kind of get up early. But they've kind of switched that so far here in the 2022 campaign. That's something have you ever seen that before? Just that kind of switch. I know you got to make the adjustments throughout the course of the season based on what's happening, but that looks like that's what the Panthers have been doing so far in the second half of the season.
Yeah, to answer your question, whenever I went out for the toss, I always, when I was the visiting team, I always called for head. So I never called for tail, and I won majority of my flips. So you have some, let's say, superstitious ways and habits that you like to do, and maybe they had a change of heart, and let's say, yeah, we always go with the defense. Let's put the offense on the field first. But whomever gets on the field first, they've got to make a statement. They got to finish. And one thing I do want to highlight, Andre, that has been exceptional on behalf of the Panthers, lack of penalties. They only had 3 penalties left. Yeah. Now, there were 2 of them that cost them touchdowns, and they covered up for that. But they only had 3 penalties last week. That is huge. 3 penalties for like 36, 46 yards. That is absolutely huge. And that is telling me that the discipline, the grind is right there as this team continues to morph its way under the characteristics of head football coach Bubba McDowell.
The discipline, yes, sir. The discipline is what's going to carry you in the second half of the season, Mike. You're a football guy, so you understand this very well. The being disciplined, especially when you're in the second half of the season, that's what's going to carry you. Doing the little things right, not having the costly penalties. Some of the things that we've seen that the Panthers have been able to minimize, to your point, that is what's going to make or break you, especially throughout the course of a ball game. So far, the Panthers have been able to do that, and it's actually paying dividends so far.
Yes, sir. Yes, indeed. So it's always something that you want to see fine-tuned. And what I want to see fine-tuned today, I want to see a special teams touchdown today for the Panthers. Either a block punt, a kickoff return, punt return. I want to see a special teams touchdown. That's what I'm looking for.
Well, so far, Mike, every time you've made a request, it has come through. You made some requests last week against Lamar University, and the Panthers were able to grant your wish. So we'll see if the Panthers can make that happen here in this ball game as well.
Hey, you have not because you ask not, right?
You have not because you ask not. And they say,
that's right.
Ask, thou shalt receive.
Thou shalt receive. Thou shalt receive.
Yes, sir.
Indeed.
Yes, sir. As the teams are making their way onto the field for this homecoming 2022, the Panthers are going to be in their white pants, white helmets, with the purple jerseys, the gold letters, and Bethune-Cookman is going to be in their all white with the black numbers, with the gold outlines and chrome helmets. Gold chrome helmets with the Bethune-Cookman Wildcats have come in here for today's ball game, Mike.
Well, it's going to be put them up and put them down in a few minutes, and I'm fired up about it, Andre. I'm truly, truly fired up about it, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. As you may hear the sounds of the marching storm in the background.
Oh, yeah.
Fans starting to pour their way in here to Blackshear Field.
Get them coming down the chute.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, with that, I'm showing 15 on the game clock. We are ready for Homecoming 2022, Mike.
Yes, sir. It's time to get it on. And while we got the chance, I want to thank our sponsors for today's broadcast, the Prairie View Athletic Club, serving Prairie View Athletics since 1986. The Panther Backers, serving PV Athletics since 1995. Temple of Refuge Ministries, serving the community since 1999. And you can listen to the live sermons Sunday mornings, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time by dialing 857-777-0000. Teague's Barbecue, located in Spring, Texas. Also want to thank A Rocket Moving and Storage. And we want to thank you, the listeners and the supporters, for helping us to continue to move forward with our Panther coverage here for 2022. And guess what, Andre? We got a lot more in store for the basketball season.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, with that, the Panthers have elected to receive, but they will be deferring to the second half. So the Bethune-Cookman Wildcats will get this one to start today's ball game. Panthers going to be kicking from left to right. And back to receive for the Wildcats is going to be number 8, Dylan Jones. And he gets this one at the 5-yard line, pass to 10, pass to 15. And he's finally going to be tripped up right at the 25-yard line. Officially going to mark this one at the 24-yard line. And that's where the Bethune-Cookman Wildcats will have this one to start today's ball game. The Wildcats are going to be moving from right to left. But thank you all so much for joining us here for today's action. Panthers coming in with a 4-3 overall record and a 3-1 record in conference play. As for the Wildcats, are coming in with a 2-5 overall record and a 2-2 record in conference play. The Panthers represent the West Division, and the Wildcats represent the East Division of the Southwestern Athletic Conference. And Trot now will be the quarterback, Jalen Jones. He's going to be accompanied by the running back, Keyshawn Beard. Jones is going to have 2 receivers on each side. He sends a man in motion, and he's going to hand off to Beard at the left side. He's going to get past the 30, and he's going to be brought down right at the 31-yard line by the big guy, T-Roy Jones. Check that, T-Roy James.
Yeah. T-Roy back in the mix.
T-Roy James back in the mix. He gets a stop on that play. About a 7-yard pickup for Beard. As Wildcats go to hurry up offense, a pass on the near side of the field. That's going to be caught. He goes out of bounds. Looks like he will have enough for a Wildcats first down. Ball's now going to be placed at the... Yes, sir.
No. Go right in. I was going to say back to T-Roy. He was one of those guys returning after the suspension, so it's good to have him back.
Good to have T-Roy James back in the lineup. Ball's now placed at the 39-yard line. Wildcats moving right to left. As Jones looks right, throws right. He has a man. That pass is going to be caught on the far side of the field for a huge gain and a first down for the Wildcats. Wildcats now find themselves in Panther territory. Ball's going to be placed at the 41-yard line. First and 10. This time a fake to Beard. He's going to throw left, and that pass is going to be complete, and he's going to step out of bounds. It's going to be enough for another Wildcats first down. 3 first downs in a row for the Wildcats as they're on the move. Ball's now going to be placed at the 30-yard line of the Panthers. 2 receivers to the right and 1 to the left for Jones. Jones, back to pass. He's going to roll to his right side, and he has a man. That pass is going to be incomplete, broken up by the cornerback, Jamias Presley. Great coverage on that play by Jamias Presley, and that incompletion is going to bring up 2nd and 10. And check that, ball's placed at the 31-yard line of the Panthers. Wildcats are moving right to left. With that incompletion, we'll stop the clock at 13:37 here in the first quarter. We are scoreless. Opening drive for the Wildcats. 3 receivers to the right and 2 to the left. Empty backfield setup. Jones sends a man in motion. Beard's going to be offset to his left. Jones Back to pass, and that pass is going to be incomplete, as the pass was intended for number 10, Khalil Overton. Linebacker Warren Schenkel on the coverage for the Panthers. Third down coming up. Ball plays at the 31-yard line. First third down of this opening drive. Empty backfield for the Wildcats. As we have a flag on the play. Looks like it's going to be false start charge against the Wildcats.
Yes, sir.
Well, you know, I was just going on the front line.
I was just thinking, Andre. We didn't mention it in the pregame, but third downs are also going to be a key factor for this game. And this is our first one for the Panthers on the defensive side. Get off the field, and if you're on the offensive side, you want to stay and keep those drives going. So with that 5-yard pushback, that can help them achieve that goal.
Yes, sir. And instead of 3rd and 10, it's now 3rd and 15. As Jalen has a man wide open downfield, that's going to be caught at the 5-yard line, and he's going to be in for a Wildcat touchdown.
Oh, boy.
You can credit that to number 2, Ryan Blake, on that touchdown reception for the Wildcats.
Well, once again, that's a mental lapse. You got to be able to go for the jugular, if you allow me to say it that way. You got 3rd and 15, and you got these guys on their heels, and then you let them off with that soft coverage.
Well, Jalen Jones found a soft spot in that soft coverage. He found a nice little sweet spot down the field. He took a shot at the end zone, and he was able to hook up with number 2, Ryan Blake, for a touchdown. As the snap is down, kick is up, and it is good. So the Wildcats strike first blood here on the opening drive here in today's contest. And on top of this, about to score 7-0 with 13:27 to go here in the first quarter. We'll take a quick break and come back for more Panther football right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network.
Are you looking for the best barbecue in the state of Texas? Head on down to Teague's Barbecue, located at 3307 Spring Stubner Road in Spring, Texas, at 832-246-8552. That number again is 832-246-8552. Former NFL player Matthew Teague is the founder of Teague's Barbecue, your one-stop shop for all your food and catering needs. They have served the Houston and surrounding areas since 1989. Let them know that the Open Mic Broadcast Network sent you. Teague's Barbecue, a taste that will leave you satisfied.
13:27 to go here in this opening quarter. Bethune-Cookman Wildcats on top of this about a score of 7-0. As the teams that make their way back onto the field, Wildcats going to be kicking this one from right to left. And back for the Panthers will be number 1, Jaden Stewart. As this kick is off, and it's going to be fielded at the 5-yard line. He's going to get past the 10, and he's going to be met immediately, but the ball does come out. It looks like it was recovered by the Panthers. Woo! So this one will officially be marked at the 18-yard line of the Panthers. That's where they're going to have their opening drive here for the first quarter. Trayvon Conley and company trots out into the field, and he's going to be accompanied by Ahmad Antoine. Steven to the right and one to the left for Conley. Conley sends the man in motion, and he's going to fake it to Antoine. He's going to take a shot downfield. He has a man that passes caught. Past the 50, past the 30. He's still in the seat, past the 20, the 10, 5. Touchdown, Panthers! Can you dig it? Well, hold the phone, ladies and gentlemen, and hold the celebration. We have a flag on the play. Wow. Trayvon Conley hooked up with Collier Rich, the wide receiver who had a touchdown last week against Lamar University. And by the sounds of PB Nation, this one looks like it's going to be charged against the Panthers.
82 yards of glory up in flames.
up in flames.
Old Sam, we
So
used
it
to have
appears
on.
that it was a yes, sir. Well, it appears that it was a face mask penalty charge against the Panthers. Couldn't quite make out exactly which Panther, but a face mask penalty nonetheless. The Panthers are going to repeat first down. Ball is now placed at their own 13-yard line, as they have to get to the 28-yard line for a first down. Tommy, back to pass. He has another man, and that pass is going to be complete at the 25-yard line. The redshirt senior.
It appears that Andre has faded on us. Listening to Panthers broadcast right now between the Bethune-Cookman Wildcats and the Prairie View A&M University Panthers.
Check that, key. Am I there?
Yes, sir. You are there. Yes, sir.
All right. Will the Panthers get a first down on that?
Okay, we're having some
back there for the Panthers. As Conley rolls to his right, he has somebody downfield. He just keeps it himself, and he's just going to go down after gaining about a yard on the play. Hey, Mike, are we there?
Yes, I'm here with you, sir. Hello. Okay, Andre Davis.
Check.
We're having okay, you are there, so we are picking you up, Andre.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I can't hear you.
All right. Okay. Not quite sure. We do apologize for the technical. Difficulties at the Panthers. On 7-0. As Conley's going to have three receivers to his right and two to the left. Another empty backfield setup. Conley, back to pass. He rolls to his left side. He finds some open room, and he's just going to run this one out of bounds past the 50-yard line. It will be enough for a Panthers first down. And as we mentioned during our pregame show, Trayvon Conley is counting 1,001, 1,002, and he is off to the races. Picks up a huge gain on that play for the Panthers. And the Panthers will have first down inside Wildcat territory. Ball plays at the 46-yard line. Conley goes to his right side. He has a man. That pass is caught, and he's going to be brought down on the far side of the field near the 40-yard line. About a 4-yard pickup on that play as he was able to hook up with number 87.
Okay, we're still having some challenges right now. We do apologize for that. It is many people on the campuses, and it could be interfering with our broadcast right now. Right now, the Panthers are trailing by the score of 7-0. They are driving inside of Wildcat territory. Okay, you're back with us, Dre? Well, he's coming in and out. Okay, if you can, give us a recap. We dropped you for a little bit, sir.
Yes, sir. Well, Jaden Stewart just scored a touchdown for the Panthers, a 40-yard touchdown run. He went in untouched. His first play of this opening drive, he was able to come in. He checked in for Ahmad Antoine. He burst up the middle for the 40-yard touchdown. And with that, we are all tied here from Blackshear Field by the score of 7-7 with 10 minutes to go here in the first quarter.
Well, very good. Well, if we're going to miss, at least you gain back with a good report, and that's the way you do it, man. So if that's what it's going to take, then we'll make the sacrifice for the broadcast as long as they can keep scoring those big points like that. So good deal. We made mention about the offensive line opening up holes and protecting Trezon. Once again, they're delivering on the call for the touchdown for the Panthers. So now the Panthers are going to have to assure themselves, by trying to get some type of pass rush on the defensive side and tighten up that soft zone coverage. I'm not a big fan of that, but it is what it is.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And on the ground, the Panthers were able to get things done. Defensively, they were able to stop the run, but through the air, the Panthers, they gave up some big plays, and the Wildcats only faced a third down one time on that opening drive, and it was inside Panther territory, even due to a false start, backing them up 15 yards. Still didn't make much of a difference when they took a shot in the end zone on third down. As the teams that come back out into the field, the Panthers are going to be kicking this one from left to right. And he's going to field this one at the 5-yard line. He's going to get past the 10, past the 15. He's going to be brought down near the 30-yard line. We do have a flag on the play. Flag came from the far side of the field. This may be holding against the Wildcats.
I'll take it.
And if so, this will back them up inside their own 20-yard line. And this will be holding charge against the Wildcats, and they're now going to have this one at their own 20-yard line, moving right to left. And to your point, Mike, we talked about the soft zone defense of the Panthers for the past 3 weeks. It does appear that the cornerbacks are playing about 12 yards off the wide receivers on both sides. Jemias Presley and Logan Jackson, they're lined up about 12 yards off the receiver.
Yeah, that's a real soft zone, and it's about you don't want anything to get over the top of you, but they just go underneath you then make you miss, and the rest is happy sailing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. As Jalen Jones back to pass, he has a man downfield, and that pass is going to be incomplete, broken up by Jemias Presley. Great coverage on that play by Presley. It was one-on-one, man-to-man, and Jemias Presley was able to get a hand in there at the last minute to break that pass up. 2nd and 10 coming up for the Wildcats. Ball placed at their own 20-yard line. Wildcats moving right to left. 2 receivers on each side for Jones. Jones back to pass again. This time he's going to be pressured. He rolls to his right side, and he finally gets that one off. And that's going to be caught for only gain of about 2 yards on the play, as Jalen Jones was pressured by the linebacker, Keyshawn Johnson. We mentioned Keyshawn Johnson during our pregame show as he went in on the blitz on that previous play. And with that, we have 3rd down coming up for the Wildcats. 3rd and 8 to be exact. Ball placed at their own 22-yard line. 2 receivers on each side for Jones. Beard is going to be offset to his right. Jones back to pass. This time he's going to step into the pocket. He's going to shed one defender. Pass the 30, pass the 40. He's still on his feet. Takes another tackle, and he finally rolls out of bounds past midfield. A huge gain for the Wildcats and another 1st down here on this 2nd drive.
Well, the Panthers are going to have to make those adjustments, and they've been talking about it, defensive coordinator Todd Middleton, about sometimes you just have to make these adjustments on the fly. You can't wait to the half, and they go on the sideline and get this thing sorted out.
2 receivers to the left and 1 to the right for Jones. Here's going to be offset to his right. Wildcats going with a hurry-up offense. This time a play action fake. He throws to the right side of the field, but he's going to be met immediately near the 1st down marker. Gain of maybe a yard on the play. If you're generous, Keyshawn Johnson in on the stop again for the Panthers. This is a linebacker that plays from sideline to sideline. No matter which sideline you are, no matter what's happening, you're going to see number 9 in the mix. As he gets another stop on that play for the Panthers. 2nd and 9 coming up. 2 receivers on each side for Jones. Jones, back to pass. He looks right, throws right. He has a man. That pass is going to be incomplete. As he was trying to hook up with Darian Allen Johnson. Jemias Presley on the coverage once again for the Panthers. And with that, we do have third down coming up. We got 8:04 to go here in the first quarter. We're all tied at 7. Second drive here in the first quarter for the Wildcats. Jones is going to have 2 receivers on each side. Beard is going to be offset to his left. Jones back to pass, and he looks right towards right here. The man, that pass is going to be complete. He's going to break 1 tackle, and he will have enough for a Wildcats first down. Warren Schenkel on the stop for the Panthers, but not before the Wildcats were able to pick up a first down. Ball's now placed at the 33-yard line of the Panthers. 2 receivers to the left and 1 to the right for Jones. This time play action fake. He rolls to his left side, and he's going to be met immediately right at the line of scrimmage. Not a whole lot doing on that play. Warren Schenkel on the stop for the Panthers. Along with the big man, T-Roy James.
That is. That's my name, T-Roy James.
As Jones actually is going to lose a yard on that play. 2nd and 11 now coming up. Ball plays at the 33-yard line of the Panthers. 2 receivers to the right and 1 to the left for Jones. This time Jones is going to hand this one off, and he's going to be met after picking up solid yards on the play. We don't have any official stats in front of us, but maybe the first run of the Wildcats so far here in this first quarter. They've been airing it out so far through these first 2 drives. About a 5-yard pickup. So at 3rd and 5 coming up. Ball plays right at the 27-yard line. 2 receivers on each side for Jones. He sends a man in motion. Jones back to pass. He's been pressured. He's been flushed out of the pocket. He's going to roll to his right side, but he does have a man. And that pass is going to be complete right at the 10-yard line. It's going to be enough for another Wildcats first down.
Got to get these guys off the field, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Jalen Jones not fazed by the pressure as the Panthers sent the house on 3rd down as he was able to make a play on that previous play. And with that, the Wildcats will have 1st and goal. Ball plays inside the 10-yard line of the Panthers, the 9-yard line to be exact. As the Wildcats go with an empty backfield setup, Jones is going to have 2 receivers to his left. He sends a man in motion. This time he's going to hand off to Beard to the right side. Beard is going to come up the middle, and he's going to be brought down inside the 5-yard line. They're going to officially mark this one at the 4. Travion Green on the stop for the Panthers. A touchdown-saving tackle, if you will. Ball plays at the 4-yard line. 2nd to go coming up for the Wildcats. 2 receivers to the left for Jones. 5:24 to go here in the first quarter. We're all tied at 7. The Wildcats are knocking on the door yet again here in the second drive. Jones is going to hand off to Beard. He's going to be met immediately near the line of scrimmage. He tries to push forward, picks up 2 extra yards. Keyshawn Johnson on the stop for the Panthers. Ball's now going to be placed right at the 2-yard line. 3rd and goal coming up for the Wildcats. As Jones looks to the sideline to get the call, he's going to have 1 receiver on each side. Beard's going to be offset to his left. Don Jones drops back the pass. He looks up, throws left, and he has a man. That pass is going to be caught for a Wildcat touchdown. As Jones was able to hook up with the tight end, Kamari Averett. And with that, the Wildcats will extend their lead 13-7 here in the first quarter with the PAT to follow.
Well, this is not what we are needing. We don't want to get into a shooting contest with these guys. They had a shootout last week against Mississippi Valley. 45-35 was the score. Panthers are more of a control the ball and clock type team, and hopefully they can get a grip on this thing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Again, it's the team, we mentioned before, a team that does not mind airing it out. As we have a slight stoppage in the play, it looks like there's a penalty on the field. The penalty is going to be charged against the Wildcats. Looks like too many men on the field. As the teams line back up to try this extra point yet again. still should be a cheap shot. As the snap is down, kick is up, and it is good. 14-7 now our score in favor of the Bethune-Cookman Wildcats. They're on top of this one with 4:37 to go here in the first quarter. We'll take a break and come back with more Panther football right here at the Upper Mike Broadcast Network.
Are you looking for the best barbecue in the state of Texas? Head on down to Teague's Barbecue, located at 3307 Spring Steuben Road in Spring, Texas, at 832-246-8552. That number again is 832-246-8552. Former NFL player Matthew Teague is the founder of Teague's Barbecue, your one-stop shop for all your food and catering needs. They have served the Houston and surrounding areas since 1989. Let them know that the Upper Mike Broadcast Network sent you. Teague's Barbecue, a taste that will leave you satisfied.
And welcome back to Panther Football right here at the Upper Mike Broadcast Network. Andre Davis alongside Dr. Mike Prince. As the teams are back onto the field, Wildcats are going to be kicking from right to left. Jaden Stewart back to receive this one for the Panthers, and he's going to field this one at the 5-yard line. He's going to get past the 10, and he's going to be brought down past the 15-yard line. They're going to officially mark this one at the 18-yard line, and that's where Trayvon Conley and company will start this second drive. Looked really well on the first drive. They look great to be exact. They're finding themselves trailing this one 14-7. Conley's going to have 3 receivers to his right and 1 to the left. Ahmad Antoine will be the running back to accompany Conley here on this second drive. He's going to hand off to Ahmad Antoine. He's going to get past the first wave of defenders, and he's going to be brought down after a gain of about 6 yards on the play. Ball is going to be placed at the 23-yard line of the Panthers as he's going to go with a hurry-up offense. Conley's going to have 3 receivers to his right and 1 to the left. Conley back to pass. He looks left, doesn't find anybody. He's just going to keep it himself, and he's going to smartly go down near the 25-yard line. They're going to officially mark this one at the 24. That's going to bring up third down for the Panthers. Third down and 4 to be exact. As Conley's going to have 2 receivers on each side. Ahmad Antoine stays in as a running back for the Panthers. This time he's going to fake it to Ahmad Antoine. He's going to throw to the right side. He has a man. That pass is going to be, they're going to say, a fumble and recovered by the Wildcats. Wow. Trayvon Conley was trying to hook up with Collier Ricks, as Ricks is saying he was down, but they're going to call it a catch and fumble. And with that, we have a turnover on downs.
Wonder if they're going to try to take this as a review. And that's one thing we're talking about, the receivers catching the ball when the opportunity presents itself. But it doesn't look like that's going to be the case, Dre, and Panthers going to get back on defense and figure this thing out.
And we talked about the passing game of the Panthers, and this is a wide receiver who not only had a touchdown last week against Lamar, but he also had a huge 80-yard touchdown in the previous drive that, of course, got called back due to a face mask penalty. But a fumble on the previous play was the call. It does not appear that there's going to be any review as the Wildcats offense has come onto the field. They're going to have this one inside Panther territory at the 31-yard line. Jones is going to have 2 receivers on the right side. He's going to drop back the pass. He has plenty of time. He has a man on the far side of the field. The pass is going to be caught at the 10-yard line. Another huge gain and another first down for the Wildcats.
Panthers are being exposed through the pass.
Yes, sir. Jalen Jones able to hook up with Darryl Powell for a huge gain inside the 10-yard line to be exact. As the Wildcats going to have first and goal. Ball's going to be placed at the 7-yard line of the Panthers. Wildcats moving right to left. Jones got 2 receivers to his left and 1 to the right. Jones going to fake it to Fear. He's going to run to the left side. He's going to be brought down right at the 2-yard line. Jesse Evans on the stop for the Panthers. bring up second and goal. As Jones looks to the sideline to get the call. He's going to have two receivers to his right. Jones, check that. Beer is going to be offset to Jones' right. As Jones sends a man in motion. And he will hand off to Beer. Beer is going to shed one defender, and he will be in for a Wildcat touchdown. So the Wildcats are pouring it on here in the first quarter. As they find themselves on top of this one, 20-7 with the PAT to follow.
Well, there's still a lot of football to be played, so there's no need to panic just yet. And you just got to go out here and secure the ball and capitalize and play like you're supposed to play and get this thing going. So let's get this drive started off great on this next time of possession and see what the Panthers can do.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And to your point, Mike, the Wildcats started that possession inside Panther territory. Anytime you have a turnover and the opposing team has a ball inside your own territory, the defense had just gotten off the field, so they had to come back onto the field immediately. And the Wildcats took advantage of that through the air yet again. 3 drives in a row. The Wildcats had taken advantage of the Panthers' defense through the air, and they were able to do that on that last play. Well, on that last drive, to be exact. As they're on top of this one by a score of 21-7 with 2:23 to go here in the first quarter.
Well, if it makes you feel any better.
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry. I got a scoring update for you, sir. Jackson State's on top of Southern University at the half by the score of 22-0.
Good deal. Good deal. Jackson State handling business so far. We'll see if the Panthers can try to turn things around. As the teams have made their way back onto the field, the Wildcats are going to be kicking this one from right to left. Number 2, Connor Wysham, back to receive this one, along with Jade Stewart. As this kick is off, it's going to be fielded by Wysham at the 10-yard line. He's going to get past the 50, past the 20. He spins on one defender, past the 25. He's still on his feet, past the 30, past the 40. One defender beat. He makes one cut, and he's going to be brought down past the 40-yard line. Connor Wysham, the freshman running back, with a huge return on that play for the Panthers. And we'll see if that play will breathe some life into the Panthers here in the first quarter, as they're going to start this one with excellent field position inside Wildcat territory. Ball is going to be placed officially at the 38-yard line. As Trayvon Conley trots out to the field, he's going to be accompanied by Jaden Stewart here on this drive. As Conley's going to have 2 receivers to the right side, he drops back the pass. He has a man. That pass is going to be caught past the 25, brought down right at the 20-yard line. Huge gain through the air on that play. As the Panthers are going to have first down inside the 20 of the Wildcats. Ball placed at the 18-yard line to be exact, with 1:48 to go here in the first quarter. Conley's going to have one receiver on each side. He's going to fake it to Stewart to keep it himself. He has plenty of daylight on the other side of the field. He's going to be brought down inside the 10-yard line near the first down marker, as Trayvon Conley was able to pick up 9 yards on that quarterback scramble. 2nd and 1 coming up. Panthers go with a hurry-up offense. This time he will give it to Jaden Stewart. Not a whole lot doing on that play, but he should have enough for a Panthers first down. And yes, it will be first down for the Panthers. 1st and goal to be exact, as the ball is now placed at the 7-yard line. Yes, sir.
No, I was just saying the Panthers need to score a touchdown right here and get that crowd into it and bring them up a little bit so they can let them know that it's a homecoming game.
Let them know it's a homecoming. Let them know it's a homecoming game. TV Nation is here in full effect, and the Panthers are going to have to give them something to cheer for. As Collins is going to have one receiver on each side, he's going to hand out to Jay Stewart again, but this time he's met immediately at the line of scrimmage for no gain on the play. Number 95, Frank Wilson, the defensive lineman for the Wildcats, makes a stop on that play. Clock continues to move here. 30 seconds to go here late in the first quarter. Panthers are knocking on the door. They're going to have second and goal coming up. As Conley's going to have two receivers to his left. Stewart's going to be offset to his right. Conley back to pass. He has a little bit of time. He tried to step into the pocket, but he's going to be met for a sack in the backfield. Number 95, Frank Wilson, on the stop yet again for the Wildcats. As Trayvon Conley was trying to step up into the pocket, but he kind of ran into a brick wall on that play. And with that, our first quarter has come to an end here from Blackshear Field. Wildcats on top of this one by the score of 21-7. We'll take a quick break and come back with our second quarter here for today's ball game. Homecoming 2022. The Wildcats are looking strong so far here in this ball game. On top of this one by a score of 21-7. We'll take a break and come back with more Panther football right here on the Upper Mike Broadcast Network.
You can join the Temple of Refuge Ministries each and every Sunday morning at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Dial 857-777-0000. The Temple of Refuge Ministries, building the kingdom one soul at a time. We're taking a quick break in our broadcast coverage, but stay tuned and we'll be sure to return with more action of Panther football right here at the Upper Mike Broadcast Network. Today's game is brought to you by the Prairie View Athletic Club, who's been serving student athletes since 1986. And for more information on how to become a member, dial 936-857-5817. That number again is 936-857-5817.
And welcome back to Panther football right here at the Upper Mike Broadcast Network. Wildcats on top of this one by the score of 21-7. We're at the start of our second quarter here from Blackshear Field as the Panthers are knocking on the door here. They're going to have this one inside their own 20. Check that, the 20-yard line of the Wildcats. Ball's going to be placed at the 18-yard line to be exact, as the teams have switched sides. The Panthers now going to be moving from right to left on your radio dial. Empty backfield set up for the Panthers. Conley's going to have two receivers on each side. Conley back to pass. He's flushed out of the pocket. He's going to roll to his left side. Still looking for a man downfield. He's going to take a shot in the end zone, but that pass is going to be incomplete. As he was looking for Collier Ricks. But we do have a flag on the play.
While we're checking that, see if we can get the crowd mic activated where we can hear what the call might be.
Yes, sir. As there was a personal foul penalty charge against the Wildcats. There should be an automatic first down for the Panthers. Yes, sir. So first and goal for the Panthers. Ball's going to be placed at the 7-yard line. Panthers moving right to left. Two receivers on each side for Conley. Empty backfield for the Panthers. Conley sends a man in motion. A jet sweep to the left side. He has a little bit of daylight. And he's going to turn the corner, and he's going to be brought down out of bounds. Lowers his shoulder on that play. As we can credit that one to number 87, Kobe Washington. Just lowers his shoulder on that play to pick up a few extra yards for the Panthers. Didn't quite make it to the end zone, but he was able to get this one inside the 5-yard line. We will have second and goal coming up. Conley's going to have two receivers to his right and one to the left. As he looks to the sideline to get the call, Jaden Stewart going to be offset to his left. We do have a slight stoppage in the play, a timeout on the field, timeout charge against the Wildcats. When the teams return, the Panthers will have second and goal at the Wildcats 4-yard line. We'll take a quick break and come back with more Panther football right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network.
Are you looking for the best barbecue in the state of Texas? Head on down to Teague's Barbecue, located at 3307 Spring Stubner Road in Spring, Texas, at 832-246-8552. That number again is 832-246-8552. Former NFL player Matthew Teague is the founder of Teague's Barbecue, your one-stop shop for all your food and catering needs. They have served the Houston and surrounding areas since 1989. Let them know that the Open Mic Broadcast Network sent you. Teague's Barbecue, a taste that will leave you satisfied.
And welcome back to Panther football right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. 14:08 to go here in the second quarter. Wildcats on top of this one by a score of 21-7. Second and goal coming up for the Panthers. As Collins going to fake it to Stewart, runs himself, and he's going to get right at the goal line. They're going to say he's going to be a yard shy as he was brought down right at the 1-yard line. As the Panthers went with a read option on that last play, Conley kept it himself, but wasn't quite able to make it in. Third and goal coming up for the Panthers. As they're going to bunch the line of scrimmage, and they're going to push Conley through, and he will be in for a Panthers touchdown. As the Panthers were able to respond with a touchdown of their own, 21-13 now our score here with the PAT to follow.
All right. Don't know if we got this connected yet again. Okay, good.
Yes, sir. As the snap is down and the kick is up, and it is good. 21-14 now our score. Panthers still trailing by 1 drive, but they were able to respond on that previous drive with a touchdown on their own by the quarterback, Trayvon Conley. We'll take a break and come back with more Panther football right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network.
Andre, if you would
often ask us, when will we develop an app? And I've been telling them all the time, we already have an app right at your fingertip. That app is 857-777-0000. Save this number on your favorites, put it on your speed dial, and every time there's a live broadcast, dial that number, 857-777-0000. Serving the community through faith and athletics, the Open Mic Broadcast Network, Prairie View, Texas.
And welcome back to Panther football right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Dr. Mike Prince, are you there, sir?
Yes, sir. I am here, sir. It seemed like we was having a challenge with the crowd, Mike. I don't know if we have to probably bump it up a little bit more, but you sounding good, sir.
All right. How's everything coming in now?
Not hearing the crowd, Mike, just yet.
All right. Well, the teams have made their way back onto the field, as the Panthers are going to be kicking this one from right to left. And back to receive for the Wildcats will be number 2, Ryan Blake. And this one's going to be filled at the 5-yard line. He's going to get past the 10, past the 15. And he's going to be met right at the 16-yard line. They're going to officially mark this one at the 17-yard line. And that's where the Wildcats will set up shop here on their opening drive of the second quarter. Ball's going to be officially placed at the 17-yard line. Wildcats going to be moving from left to right. As Jalen Jones trots out into the field for the Wildcats, he's going to have 2 receivers to his left and 1 to the right. Beard is going to be offset to his left. First and 10 for the Wildcats. Ball plays at the 17-yard line. Wildcats moving from left to right. And Jones, play action fake. He's going to throw this one. This pass is going to be caught past the 40, past the 45, past midfield, still on his feet. He's finally going to be brought down inside Panther territory. right at the 45-yard line. Another huge gain through the air for the Wildcats, and another first down. As they're going to officially mark this one at the 44 of the Panthers. As the Wildcats go with a hurry-up offense, Jones got two receivers on each side. Jones back to pass again. This time this one's going to be batted down. .13:01 to go here in the second quarter. Wildcats on top of this one, 21-14. Second and 10. Ball placed at the 44-yard line. As the Wildcats go with the empty backfield setup, Jones going to have two receivers on each side. He sends a man in motion. Jones back to pass. He's been pressured. He's going to air this one on the near side of the field, and that pass is going to be incomplete. As the Panthers bought the house again, this time on second down, as Jones was able to get rid of it right at the last minute. Wasn't able to find anybody downfield, so with that, we're going to have third down coming up. Ball placed at the 44-yard line. Two receivers on each side for Jones. Beard's going to be offset to his right. Jones. Back to pass. He steps into the pocket. He's still looking downfield. He's finally going to air this one long. That pass is going to be incomplete, but there's a flag on the play.
My goodness.
Wow. Jamias Presley was in coverage for the Panthers. Do have a flag on the play. And pass interference will be the indication here on this play.
Not what was prescribed at all.
On Jamias Presley, the ball now can be placed at the 29-yard line of the Panthers. And the Wildcats are going to be working with a fresh set of downs. Two receivers to the left and one to the right for Jones. Jones is a man in motion. He will hand the snap to Beard, and Beard is going to be met right at the line of scrimmage. He's going to gain about 3 yards on the play. Jesse Evans on the stop for the Panthers. The Panthers had an opportunity to get off the field on third down. Wasn't able to convert. We do have second down coming up for the Wildcats. 12:22 to go here in the second quarter. Wildcats on top of this one, 21-14. Jones got two receivers to his left and one to the right. Beard's going to be offset to his left. He's going to hand out to Beard yet again. This time Beard's got a little daylight on the right side of the field. He goes out of bounds past the 20. And he's going to be near the first down marker. They're going to say he have enough for a first down. Ball's going to be placed right at the 19-yard line. Jones looks to the sideline to get the call. He's going to have two receivers to his left and one to the right. And this time he's going to be accompanied by two running backs in the backfield. This time he's going to fake it and keep it himself past the left side. He's going to break one tackle. He's going to be brought down right at the 15-yard line. As Jesse Evans had an opportunity to bring him down near the line of scrimmage. Couldn't finish the tackle. Jalen Jones able to pick up 5 yards on that quarterback scramble. Second and 5 coming up. Ball placed right at the 14-yard line. We got 11:08 to go here in the second quarter. Wildcats on top of this one, 21-14. The Wildcats going to go with an empty back to his right and one to the left. Jones back to pass. He's being pressured. He's going to be flushed out. He rolls to his right side, still looking, but he's just going to keep it himself. Pass the 10, pass the 5, and he will be in for a Wildcats touchdown. Wow. Jalen Jones was being pressured. He was flush out of the pocket. He was looking for a man downfield, decided to keep it himself, and he was able to make his way in for a Wildcats touchdown as they extend their lead here, 27-14, with the PAT to follow.
This is what we talked about and was warning about, the attack ability. These Wildcats, they've been struggling, but they hadn't been blown out. They've been in games, and they're showing that they're quite capable of scoring points so far.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. They've been in games. We talked about it during our pregame show. As that kick is good, the Wildcats extend their lead 28-14. We talked about it in our pregame show. This is a ball club that has found themselves in close ball games throughout this season. They have no problem putting up points. They're showing the capability of putting up points, and they're showing that so far here in this ball game. They're already at 28 points. We're still in the second quarter with 10:47 to go. We'll take a quick break and come back with more Panther football right here at yes, sir.
No. You go ahead. I'll give them some scores when we come back from the break.
Okay. All right. We'll take a break and come back with more Panther football right here at the Upper Mike Broadcast Network.
While we have a quick break in the action, we want to thank all of our sponsors and supporters for making today's broadcast possible. The Prairie View Athletic Club, the Panther Bears, Temple of Refuge Ministries, Teague's Barbecue, and A Rocket Movers and Storage. Thank you for your continued support of our broadcast coverage throughout Waller County and beyond. The station designed with you in mind, the Upper Mike Broadcast Network, Prairie View, Texas.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we were right in the middle of a broadcast for the Prairie View Eddie Panthers. Okay. Are you there, sir? All right.
Yes, sir.
Probably
can you hear me, sir?
Challenge. Yes, sir. Probably got so many people there right now getting a little interference, but that's okay. Yes, sir. Alcorn right now trailing the Grambling State Tigers by a score of 14-0 with a minute left in the first quarter of play, sir. Another score
yes, sir.
To give you real quick.
Yes, sir.
Is no scoring has taken place yet at the Magic City Classic between Alabama A&M and Alabama State. And Jackson State, let's see here. I want to make sure I get this right. Jackson State was on top of Southern 22-0.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you so much, Dr. Mike Prince. As the Panthers went with a run on that first down with Trayvon Conley, a quarterback run to be exact. He was able to pick up a huge gain, an 8-yard gain to be exact. They're going to have 2nd and 2. Ball plays right at the 41-yard line. And they're going to go with the swing pass to the right side to Bernard Goodwater, but he will be stopped in the backfield. And all of those yards that was gained on first down have now been lost as the Panthers now face 3rd and 9. Ball is going to be placed right at the 33-yard line. Panthers moving from right to left. Empty backfield for the Panthers. Conley's going to have 3 receivers to his left and 2 to the right. Conley got back to pass. He's looking. He has a little bit of time still looking. He's going to throw this one on the near side of the field. That pass is going to be caught near midfield by the redshirt senior, Jalen Howard, and he will have enough for a Panthers first down. Jalen Howard with a huge gain on that play by the Panthers. They're going to have this one at midfield, 1st and 10. Empty backfield set up again for the Panthers. 3 receivers to the right and 2 to the left. This time they're going to go with a QB draw. Not a whole lot doing as Conley was able to pick up 1 yard on the play. $9:02 to go here in the second quarter. 28-14 our score in favor of the Wildcats. The Panthers are on the move. Inside Wildcat territory, 2nd and 8 coming up. This time a handoff to Jaden Stewart. He picks up a solid gain for the Panthers. Not quite a first down. 3rd and 2 coming up.
Very manageable
Ball
down.
plays.
Very manageable down at this.
Yes, sir. Very manageable. Ball is now placed at the 43-yard line. Three receivers to the right for Conley. Stewart's going to be offset to his left. Another handoff to Stewart. He stutter steps in the hole, and he's going to be met right at the line of scrimmage for a gain of no yards on the play. Jaden Stewart was looking for a hole.
Yeah, but when you
yes,
need
sir.
two, you got to go north and south, not east and west, man. Not east and west, north and south.
Yeah, with Jaden Stewart was looking for a crease on that play, didn't find one, and the offense will stay on the field for 4th down, 4th and 2 to be exact. Ball plays right at the 43-yard line of the Wildcats. 3 receivers to the right and 1 to the left for Conley. This time he's going to fake the Stewart. He has plenty of room to the left side, and he's going to be brought down, but not before getting the 1st down for the Panthers.
Very good, very good. Dre, just tickle my fancy for a minute, my man. I know we don't want to be overdrowned. Can you open that crowd mic up to full max, sir?
We have it open to full max, Mike. It is open to full max.
Wow.
Yes, we have it open to full max as Conley was looking for a man on the near side of the field, and that pass is going to be incomplete. That's going to bring up 2nd and 10 for the Panthers. Ball plays right at the 32-yard line. 2 receivers to the right and 1 to the left for Conley. This time Conley's going to hand this one off to Ahmad Antoine, who checked in for Jaden Stewart, and he was brought down. Picks up about 2 yards on the play. 7:13 to go here in the 2nd quarter. 28-14 our score in favor of the Wildcats. As Conley looks to the sideline to get the call, he's going to have 2 receivers on each side. No back in the backfield. Panthers love to go with the empty backfield setup on 3rd down. Panthers going to have move quickly, showing 6 seconds on the play clock. And Conley's able to get this one off. He dropped back to pass. He has plenty of time. He rolls to his right side, still looking for a man downfield. He's going to throw this one to the far side of the field, and that pass is going to be caught. 1st down marker, depending on where they spot this one. As that pass was caught by number 89, Travion Jones. And they're going to say he's an inch short of the 1st down. 4th and inches coming up for the Panthers.
Man,
ball
line up
right
and
at
go.
the 22-yard line.
Line up and
well, the
go.
Panthers went for it on
shotgun. Right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, we do have a timeout on the field. Looks like this timeout is going to be charged against the Panthers. They're going to talk this one over. Teams come back. We're going to have 4th and inches for the Panthers with 6:21 to go here in the 2nd quarter. Wildcats on top of this one, 28-14. We'll take a break to come back with more Panther football right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network.
We're taking a quick break of our broadcast coverage right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Be sure to listen to us live during our next broadcast coverage Friday, November 4th, as the Panthers gear up to take on Alcorn State in their final home game of the season. Kickoff is scheduled for 6:30 p.m., and we'll be coming at you with our pregame show at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. If you can't make it to the game, there's no need to worry. You can catch all the live play-by-play action right here by dialing 857-777-0000. The number again is 857-777-0000. And it's only on the Open Mic Broadcast Network, the voice of student athletics.
Teams have made their way back onto the field. 4th and inches coming up for the Panthers as Conley is going to push the power forward, and he's going to have enough for Panthers 1st down. Trayvon Conley on 4th and inches. He was able to pick up 2 yards on the play. And with that, the Panthers are going to have a fresh set of downs. Ball placed right at the 21-yard line. 3 receivers to the left and 1 to the right for Conley. This time he's going to have somebody, Antoine, who bursts up the middle, untouched, and he's going to make his way in for a Panthers touchdown. Ahmad Antoine with the 21-yard touchdown run was able to burst through the middle untouched. And with that, our score is 28-20 with the PAT to follow.
Man, we're headed for 100 points. If these guys, keep going like this here, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Have to get some stops on defense, but offensively, the Panthers are responding here in this ball game. The snap is down, kick is up, and it is good. 28-21 our score in favor of the Wildcats. Panthers, they respond on that previous drive. We got 5:53 to go here in the second quarter. We'll take another break and come back with more Panther action right here at the Yellow Mike Broadcast Network.
Today's game is brought to you by the Panther Backers, proudly serving student athletes since 1995. Scholarships and student support has been the main focal point of the Panther Backers. Through consistent support from former athletes, dedicated alumni, and fellow donors, the Panther Backers have provided scholarship funds for several young men and women athletes at Prairie View A&M University for the past 26 years. For more information on how to become a member, contact Dino Robinson at 713-417-2090. That number again, 713-417-2090. You can also visit the website at www.pantherbackers.org. The Hill is where the heart is.
And welcome back to Panther Football right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. 28-21 our score in favor of the Wildcats, but the Panthers were able to respond on that previous drive. We got 5:53 to go here in the second quarter. As the Panthers are ready to kick this one off, they're going to be kicking from right to left. And this one's going to be filled at the 10-yard line. He's going to get past the 15, past the 20. And he's still on his feet past the 25. He's going to be brought down right at the 30-yard line. They're going to officially mark this one at the 27. That's where the Wildcats are going to set up shop here midway through the second quarter. They're going to be moving from left to right. What are the Panthers going to have to do defensively, Mike, to try to turn things around here in this ball game?
Well, I just pulled out my Mojo rabbit foot, and I'm stopped rubbing.
I was just about to ask you, have you pulled it out yet?
Yeah, I got it out right now, man, and I need a turnover this series, and here it comes.
Here it comes. With Jalen Jones and company making their way onto the field. As Beer is going to be offset to his left, Jones is going to have two receivers to his left and one to the right. Ball placed right at the 27-yard line. He's going to hand this off to Beer. Beer's going to find a little crease up the middle, still on his feet past the 35, and he's going to be brought down right at the 37-yard line near the first down marker. They're going to say he's going to have enough for a first down. First play, first down for the Wildcats. Ball is now placed at the 37-yard line. Wildcats moving left to right. Two receivers to his left and one to the right for Jones. Play action fake. He's going to throw it to the far side of the field, and that pass is going to be incomplete. As Jones is trying to hook up with Ryan Blake. Incomplete pass. We will have second down. That last incompletion will stop the clock with 5:22 to go here in the second quarter. As Jones looks to the sideline to get the call, he's going to have two receivers to his left and one to the right. Here's going to be offset to his left. Jones sends a man in motion. And Jones is going to throw this one to the left side, and he's going to have a man on the far side of the field. That pass is going to be caught. Not enough for a first down, but a solid gain on the play. Number 3, Logan Jackson on the stop for the Panthers. Haven't called his name so far here in this ball game. This is a cornerback that we talked about during our pregame show. Had an interception last week against Lamar University. As we got third down coming up for the Wildcats, we got some movement on the sideline. That's going to be caught, and he's going to get past the 15. That's going to be enough for a first down. We have a flag on the play. There was some movement on the front line by the Panthers. as it will be offside charge against the Panthers. Yes, sir.
Wow.
Yes, sir. It was some movement on the defensive line. It wasn't T-Ward James, but it was some movement on the defensive line by the Panthers. And with that, the Wildcats will have a fresh set of downs near midfield. Ball officially going to be placed at the 48-yard line of the Panthers. Two receivers to the left and one to the right for Jones. Jones going to hand off to Beer, and he's going to be met immediately by T-Ward James after picking up only 2 yards on the play. Clock continues to move. 4:12 to go here in the second quarter. 28-21 our score in favor of the Wildcats. Jones going to have 2 receivers on each side. Beer is going to be offset to his left. Ball placed right at the 45-yard line of the Panthers. Jones looks left, throws left, and he has a man that pass going to be called, but he's going to be met immediately by Logan Jackson at the 40-yard line. About a 6-yard pickup. And with that, we're going to have third down coming up. 3rd and 3 to be exact. Ball placed right at the 40-yard line. Wildcats moving left to right. Wildcats go with an empty backfield setup. Jones got 3 receivers to his right and 2 to the left. Jones looks to the sideline to get the call. Jones barking at the line of scrimmage. Perhaps maybe changing the play. Jones. Back to pass. He looks to the middle. He has a man that passes caught past the 30, past the 25, still on his feet, past the 20. And he's finally going to be brought down near the 15-yard line.
Panthers are doing some sloppy tackling, man. Sloppy tackling.
Yes, sir. A lot of broken tackles by the Wildcats as Jones was able to hook up with Marcus Wiley for that huge gain and another first down for the Panthers. As we have a timeout in the field, much needed timeout charge against the Panthers. We got 2:51 to go here in the second quarter. Panthers on top of this one, check that, Wildcats on top, 28-21. We'll take a break and come back with more Panther football right here at the Yipple Mike Broadcast Network.
The Temple of Refuge Ministries each and every Sunday morning at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Dial 857-777-0000. The Temple of Refuge Ministries, building the kingdom one soul at a time. We're taking a quick break in our broadcast coverage, but stay tuned and we'll be sure to return with more action of Panther football right here at the Upper Mike Broadcast Network. Today's game is brought to you by the Prairie View Athletic Club, who's been serving student athletes since 1986. And for more information on how to become a member, dial 936-857-5817. The number again is 936-857-5817.
And welcome back to Panther football right here at the Upper Mike Broadcast Network. 2:51 to go here in the second quarter. Wildcats on top of this one, 28-21. Teams are making their way back onto the field. Going to be 1st and 10 for the Wildcats. Ball placed at the 15-yard line of the Panthers. Wildcats moving left to right. Empty backfield for the Wildcats. Jones got 2 receivers to his right and 2 to the left. He sends a man in motion. And Jones is going to hand this off to Beer. He's going to break another tackle. He's going to be brought down. He's going to be slugged down, to be exact, at the 14-yard line. Number 11, Kevin Victorian, on that stop for the Panthers. We do have a flag on the play. It appears it may be holding charge against the Wildcats.
Anything that's going to help slow them things down.
Yes, sir. Panthers catch a break there on that play. That's going to back the Wildcats up. The ball is now going to be spotted at the 25-yard line as they have to get to the 5-yard line for a first down. First down for the Wildcats. 3 receivers to his left and 2 to the right for Jones. Empty backfield setup. As Jones being pressured, he's going to throw this one away at the last minute. That should be intentional grounding. I don't see any yellow laundry. Wow. Yes, and there it is. It was delayed, but it's finally here. There's a flag on the play, intentional grounding.
Better late than never, my man. Better late than never.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Better late than never. I mean, Jalen Jones was flushed out of the pocket, and he just threw it away. There was not a single receiver in the vicinity, and that's going to back the Wildcats up even more. Ball's now placed at the 38-yard line. Second and long coming up for the Wildcats. Again, they have to get to the 5-yard line of the Panthers for a first down. This is going to be a huge opportunity defensively for the Panthers. Two receivers on each side for Jones. Jones, play action fake. He looks left, still looking, and he's going to be flushed out of the pocket. He's still looking downfield. He's saying pressure, and he's going to throw this one. That pass is going to be complete past the 25-yard line. Wow. I mean, you just talk about threading the needle on that play. As Jalen Jones was able to keep that play alive, he was being pressured. He was able to hook up with his man downfield for a solid gain and a big third down coming up. Ball's now placed at yes, sir. As we have a slight stoppage in the play, it's going to be a timeout on the field, timeout charge against the Wildcats. Big third down coming up when the teams return. We got 1:14 to go here late in the second quarter. Wildcats on top of this one by a score of 28-21. We'll take a break and come back with more Panther football right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network.
Hey, Panther fans, don't forget, following the conclusion of this game, you can join us for the 1876 After Party post-game show. And you can do so by going to the website at obnradio.com. 15 minutes following the conclusion of our broadcast coverage, yours truly, Dr. Mike Prince, will break down the X's and O's and give us his overall assessment of today's game. So tell a friend to tell another friend to tell that friend to head on down to the 1876 post-game after party. And you can do so right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network, the station designed with you in mind. We're taking a break in our broadcast coverage of Panther football right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. We want to remind all of our listeners that you can become a part of our broadcast coverage right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. To become a listening partner, all you have to do is visit our website at obnradio.com. If you've been thrilled with our broadcast coverage and all the exciting things we have coming here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network, your simple donations of just 17 cents a day will help support our programming here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. We've been serving the community through faith in athletics since 2002, the voice of student athletics. The station designed with you in mind, the Open Mic Broadcast Network, Prairie View, Texas.
And welcome back to Panther football right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Big third down coming up for the Wildcats. As Jones was flushed out of the pocket, and he's going to throw this one downfield, but he was hit as he was able to get this one off. Incomplete pass. We do have a flag on the play. And it appears that this penalty will be charged against the Panthers. Couldn't quite make out what the penalty is. But the penalty will be declined. As they're moving this one further in Panther territory. Well, it looks like we're going to repeat third down. Ball is now placed at the 18-yard line. They have to get to the 5-yard line for a first down. The third and about 14 coming up for the Wildcats. 3 receivers to the right and 1 to the left for Jones. Jones, drop back the pass. He steps to the pocket. He's going to roll to his right side. Still looking for a man downfield. He has a man in the end zone, and he will catch this one for a Wildcat touchdown.
Wow.
Wow. Yes, sir.
I'm just saying wow, brother. Just saying wow.
Jalen Jones has kept several plays alive here on this drive. He was able to roll out the pocket, and he was able to keep his legs moving. He found a man in the end zone for a touchdown. 31-21 now our score here in favor of the Wildcats with the PAT to follow. As the snap is down, and it is good. 35-21 our score in favor of the Wildcats. We got 59 seconds to go here in the second quarter. We'll take another break and come back with more Panther action right here at the Upper Mike Broadcast Network.
Today's game is brought to you by A Rocket Movers and Stores, 3354 Yellowstone Boulevard, Houston, Texas. Be sure to contact James Woods at 713-545-0658. If you're looking for movers, a place to store your items, or if you need both, our good fellas at A Rocket Movers and Storage can get you a 2-for-1. So head on down there now. That's A Rocket Movers and Storage, and let them know that the Upper Mike Broadcast Network sent you. Also, be sure to listen to the Mike Prince Show daily by subscribing to our YouTube channel at the Open Mike Broadcast Network. The Mike Prince Show, dissecting Prairie View athletics and all the news surrounding the Southwestern Athletic Conference. And again, you can check out the show daily, subscribing to our YouTube channel, Mike Broadcast, you in mind.
59 seconds to go for the Wildcats on top of this. 30. All kicking from Panthers. And Moses is going to field this one at the 5-yard line. He's going to get past the 10. He's going to be met the 20, but he keeps his legs moving past the 25, and he's going to finally be brought down out of bounds near the 30-yard line. They're officially going to mark this one at the 29-yard line. That's where the Panthers are going to set up shop, moving from right to left. We got 52 seconds to go here in the second quarter, a 2-possession ball game, as the Panthers are trailing this one 35-21.
Well, the Panthers can try to get a 2-for-1 right now, Andre. They will get the ball to start the second half off.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And Conley is going to be accompanied by Jaden Stewart. And we have a stoppage in the play. Looks like there's going to be timeout charge against the Wildcats with 52 seconds to go here in the second quarter. We'll take another quick break and come back with more Panther action right here at the Open Mike Broadcast Network.
While we have a quick break in the action, we want to thank all of our sponsors and supporters for making today's broadcast possible. The Prairie View Athletic Club, the Panther Backers, Temple of Refuge Ministries, Teague's Barbecue, and A Rocket Movers and Storage. Thank you for your continued support of our broadcast coverage throughout Waller County and beyond. The station designed with you in mind, the Upper Mike Broadcast Network, Prairie View, Texas.
52 seconds to go here late in the second quarter. Panthers trailing this one 35-21. As Conley's going to have 3 receivers to his left and 1 to the right. Jaden Stewart is a running back to accompany Conley here on this drive late in the second quarter. He's going to be offset to Conley's right. Panthers have an opportunity to go for 2-for-1 here that Dr. Mike Prince alluded to. As Conley steps into the pocket, he looks right towards him. He has a man that pass to be complete. Pass to 30, pass to 40. He's still on his feet. Pass to 45. He's going to be brought down near midfield as Trayvon Conley was able to hook up with the running back, Jaden Stewart, for a huge gain, and he was able to go out of bounds with 42 seconds to go here, and another in the first down for the Panthers. Ball placed at the 46-yard line.
At this rate,
yes,
Andre, you need touchdowns. Field goals don't help. Touchdowns are bust.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We need 6. We'll take the 3, but we'd rather have the 6. We have a flag on the play. It was false start, charge against the Panthers. Back them up 5 yards, Mike.
Yeah, they've been kind of making us look bad at the pregame show. We were praising how great they were as far as lack of penalties the last game. But, man, they said, well, you're going to talk about us, we might as well give you something more to talk about.
Well, we were talking about him in a good way.
I know, right?
Yeah. This time Conley steps into the pocket, and he has daylight. He's past the 40, and he's going to be brought down right at the 35-yard line. He goes out of bounds to be exact. Trayvon Conley steps up into the pocket, couldn't find a man downfield. He kept it himself, something he does quite often. He was able to pick up a huge, huge gain and a first down for the Panthers. Panthers go with a hurry-up offense and hand off to Jaden Stewart. He keeps his legs moving. He's going to pick up another first down for the Panthers. 11 yards there by Jaden Stewart. Clock does continue to run. 23 seconds to go. Ball is now placed at the 24-yard line. Two receivers on each side for Conley. Conley, back to pass. He looks left, throws left, and he has a man that pass is incomplete as he was trying to hook up with Jalen Howard. Wasn't able to quite get it to him. That does stop the clock. That's going to bring up second down for the Panthers. Ball is placed at the. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 15 seconds to go. Ball's placed at the 24-yard line. Panthers moving right to left. Second and 10. Three receivers to the left and one to the right for Conley. Conley. Back to pass. A swing pass to Bernard Goodwater. He's going to catch this one. He's going to be past the 20. Ball is blocked. Pass to 10. The 5. Touchdown, Panthers.
Yes, sir.
The infamous swing pass that Dr. Mike Prince loves so much. This time it worked in the favor of the Panthers. A swing pass to Bernard Goodwater, but we do have a flag on the play.
Oh, come on, Dre. You're kidding me. Maybe after the fact, excessive celebration. Maybe let's call it that.
Unfortunately, it's not, Mike. From the boos of Panther Nation, this one is coming back, a holding penalty charge against the Panthers.
Oh, my goodness.
It was a swing pass to Bernard Goodwater. There were some blockers in front of him. You have to remember, once the running back gets past you, you can let your man go. At this point, you let the running back do what he does best. Let your man go. There's no need to hold on at that point.
Ah, boy. Well, now we might have to settle for a field goal.
Wow. That last play did take some time off the clock. We now have 6 seconds to go. Still going to be first down. Ball's placed at the 13-yard line. We got a slight stoppage on the play. Timeout on the field. Timeout charge against the Panthers. They want to talk this one over. It's going to be first down.
You got to talk it over.
Back with 6 seconds to go. Yes, sir. You got to talk it over.
You got enough.
Oh my goodness!
For one play, you got enough for one play. It has to be an end zone play, and hopefully, if you don't make that end zone play, you get enough to go for a field goal attempt. But Trayvon cannot waste a bunch of time trying to scramble on this.
No, he cannot. Cannot. And depending on how they do it, with 6 seconds, you can actually get 2 plays in there, depending on how you do it. Now, if you go straight to the end zone, it has to be straight to the end zone if you want to try to get 2 plays in. If you want to get 2 plays in, it's got to be a quick drop back to pass and straight to the end zone.
Yeah, and the thing about that, I don't want to risk that. I'm going to go for the one. I'm going to get my one shot in. And after that, I got to get my kicking together and say, let's go get this money.
So it appears that the Panthers aren't even going to try to take any chances. The field goal unit comes out to the field. It's going to be about a 23-yard field goal attempt with Luis Reyes. As the snap is down, kick is up, and it is good, but we have another flag on the play.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow. There's another flag on the play. As we're trying to get the call.
While they're trying to do that, Andre, is Mr. Rayford in position to get some stats for you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, maybe we can get those halftime stats because I want to see what the penalties are looking like right about now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, it appears that the penalty may have been charged against the Wildcats. as that field goal will stand. Our score is now 35-24 with 1 second to go on the game clock.
Hey, squib kick the thing. Don't even kick it deep, man. Just squib kick it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Squib kick it. Get up out of there. The Panthers did defer to the second half, so the Panthers will get the ball to start the third quarter here in this ball game. Panthers going to be kicking this one from right to left. A lot of penalties here in this first half.
I blame you for that, Dre.
In this first half.
I blame you for that, Dre.
As Reyes is going to squib kick this one, but he will fill it at the 10-yard line, past the 20, past the 30. He's still in the seat past the 35. He's finally going to be brought down right at the 37-yard line. And with that, our first half has come to an end. As there's some pushing and shoving going on, and we cannot get out this first half fast enough. There's some pushing and shoving going on. Another flag on the play. Wow.
Well, now that they're sorting that out, both of these teams were involved in brawls. Of course, Prairie View with Southern University a couple of weeks back, and just last week, a big melee between Bethune-Cookman and Mississippi Valley. So they're still waiting on a suspension to be rendered out to Bethune, and now you got this going on. I can imagine that the commissioner is going to be sending some memos to these conference head coaches. Like, hey, man, you better get your guys together. Straighten up the fly.
There's going to be some meeting going on. Definitely some meetings going on this upcoming week in the Southwest Athletic Conference, Mike. Well,
yes, sir,
with that, nonetheless, the first half did come to an end. We'll take a break, and then we'll come back with our halftime report. Panthers trailing this one 35-24. You listen to Panther football right here at the Upper Mike Broadcast Network.
The Southwestern Athletic Conference, also known as the SWAC, has become one of the leading sports associations in the world of collegiate athletics today. Founded in 1920 by C.H. Fuller, Red Randolph, C.H. Patterson, E.G. Evans, H.J. Evans, H.J. Starnes, D.C. Fuller, and G. Wood Jordan, the SWAC's charter class, the Super Six, kicked off with Bishop College, Paul Quinn College, Prairie View A&M, Sam Houston College, Texas College, and Wiley College. The founders came up with the league during a general meeting to discuss common interests as a grand experiment for historically black colleges and universities, or HBCUs. The SWAC's member schools experienced many difficulties in its early years due to the limitations of state funding, but the SWAC never stopped sponsoring competition among its members and student athletes. Though only one of the original members of the SWAC still remains, the SWAC continues to rise in prominence among the best in collegiate sports. The SWAC is one of only 2 Division I conferences whose current membership is made up of 100% HBCUs. Its current members include the last remaining charter member, Prairie View A&M, and others like Southern University, Texas Southern University, Grambling State University, Jackson State University, Alcorn State University, Mississippi Valley State University, Alabama State University, University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff, and Alabama A&M University. As the SWAC continues to grow in prominence, so does its membership. At the start of the 2021-2022 academic school year, Florida A&M University and Bethune-Cookman University will join the SWAC as its 11th and 12th official members. Championship competition offered by the league currently includes men's competition in baseball, basketball, cross country, football, golf, tennis, and indoor and outdoor track and field. Women's competition is also offered in basketball, bowling, cross country, golf, indoor and outdoor track and field, soccer, softball, tennis, and volleyball. The SWAC continues to solidify its status among elite collegiate competition with notable AA tournament appearances in multiple sports. The SWAC is considered one of the premier HBCU conferences in the country and currently ranks among the elite in the nation in terms of HBCU alumni Ivan Morgan Hendricks for the Open Mic Broadcast Network.
And welcome back to Panther Football right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. We're at the halftime here, and the Panthers are trailing this one 35-24. We don't have any halftime stats in front of us just yet, but we're going to let Dr. Mike Prince take things away if he's willing. Dr. Mike Prince, are you there, sir?
Man, you're giving me a hard time. If I'm willing? You don't think I'm willing, my man?
You can't be too sure these days.
Well, you know what? We can't be too sure. Who would imagine the halftime score that we got right now? 35-28?
35 was the
I'm sorry. 24. Yeah, I was hoping for the 38. I'm sorry. Uh-oh. I think we got a disconnect. Are you there with me, Andre? We got halftime going on now. Okay.
Yes, sir.
We got halftime. Panthers are trailing. Go ahead, Andre. Go ahead.
Oh, no. Yeah, I was just going to say that 35 was the number that Bethune-Cookman put up last week against Mississippi Valley. They already have that here in this ball game. We still got 2 more quarters to play.
Well, we got 2 more quarters to play, and our theme cry has been what? Finish. So we got to be able to finish with a flurry, because the Panthers have gotten themselves into a serious dogfight on today. And I knew this game was going to be close, Andre, but not this high scoring of a contest that we have thus far. But we still got some football to be played, and we're going to see what's going on. We're trying to get this scoreboard tracking for you and get the scores across the conference, and get things lined up. Well, I guess they are kind of across the country a little bit anyway, somewhat. Either way it goes. But anyway, I got a lot of things working right now. We're trying to make sure the mystical gremlin attack on our crowd mic, not sure what is what, but we shall, as I say, see what the end is going to be. The big score that we've had thus far, by far, has been Grambling State, last report we have, on top of Alcorn by the score of 21-0 in the second quarter. 21-0. I don't know exactly what's going on in Norman, but I'm pretty sure they're going to have a meeting on top of the meeting. Another unique score during the homecoming for Texas Southern. Texas Southern is leading Lincoln University by way of California by the score of 7-2. And another surprise score that we have so far deep into the third quarter is the Jackson State Tigers on top of the Southern Jaguars by the score of 22-0. Now, all of that is nice, Andre, and good and dandy, but the Panthers are going to have to take care of their end of the bargain and try to find a way to slow down wildcats. As we hear the band cranking up, now that sounds good and strong, and we're going to have to get them, I guess, to make some noise. Maybe the fans not excited. What do you think?
Well, no, the fans are definitely excited. There were some calls that happened on the field against the Panthers that PV Nation didn't take too fond of. So they're definitely here into this ball game, Mike. The Panthers are going to give them something to be cheerful about. It's kind of hard. This is homecoming. There's a lot to be happy for, and there's a lot to celebrate. But a victory makes things even sweeter. So if you're the Panthers, you want Panther Nation to come alive, you're going to have to give them something to cheer for. So that's what we're going to see. The Panthers can try to do that in the second half. We do hear the band in the background. They are taking center field right now. We're in the midst of our halftime. here in today's game. So we can't get that element in the background as well. That never hurts anything too.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And with all that being said, we talked about the Panthers scoring 54 points last week. It looked like they're going to need that and maybe some more to get past this buzzsaw called the Wildcats, Andre. Right now, the chink in the armor is the pass defense for the Panthers. And as a matter of fact,
yes,
the Wildcats have done limited attempts rushing and had ultra success passing the ball. So now it's just a matter of, can the Panthers regroup? Can they get this thing situated and make the necessary adjustments? Now, they do get the ball after the half, trail them out and score 35-24, even though I tried to give them 28. You know, but you think they'll notice if I try to add those 4 points?
They may. You never know. You never know.
Okay. Well, with that being said, they gotta come out, and there's two things that's going to have to happen. We didn't talk about it at the pregame, but those third downs, they're killing the Panthers right now. They're killing the Panthers, and lack of a pass rush. Even though they're causing Jones to flush out the pocket, no pressure on him, and he's picking that zone apart, my man. He's picking it apart.
Yes. And to that point, Mike, they're going to have to do just a little bit more. I mean, getting pressure with Jalen Jones is one thing, but they're going to have to do something else extra defensively in order to contain him, because what I've witnessed so far in that first half, he's a quarterback that's very good on keeping plays alive. He doesn't get flustered when the defense is coming at him, because the Panthers did bring the house several times in that first half. He was able to roll out the pocket, and he still kept his eyes downfield. That's one thing they talk about when it comes in terms of quarterback, their ability to keep their eyes downfield even when they're being pressured. That's something that I witnessed by Jalen Jones that he did exceptionally well in that first half. He's not getting flustered by any defense that's coming his way. So if you're the Panthers defensively, getting pressure, you still continue to get the pressure. You don't want to let up on that. But in the secondary, you're going to have to tighten up in the secondary, because even if he's being pressured, he's still looking to complete the pass downfield, Mike.
Yes, sir. And by doing such, he is buying, as you say, buying all kinds of time.
Yes, sir.
He's looking good. I'm not taking anything from him, but I think we might be making him look a little bit extra special today.
Could be. Well, we got 2 more quarters, and hopefully the Panthers defensively kind of turn things around. Offensively, I mean, the Panthers have been doing exactly what they need to do. I mean, so far this season, they've been averaging right around 25 points per game. Of course, they had the big game last week offensively by putting up 54 points, but minus the game last week against Lamar, only about 23 to 25 points average-wise have the Panthers been putting up offensively, and right now they're sitting at 24. So offensively, everything is going according to schedule so far. Defense is going to have to tighten things up here in the second half.
No doubt about it, and by tightening them up. But once again, we don't like to jump on students or anything. We got to make the catches when we do throw the ball. And we had another incident today, and without catching the passes when you do throw the ball, which does what? Extends your drive, gives your defense a little rest, so they can try to find a way to counter that elusive offense by the Wildcats.
Yes, sir. Well, while we're still waiting to get our stats here for our halftime report, is it okay with you, Mike? We can take a break. Unless if you have some scores and updates that you can give us, we can try to see if we can take a break. Then we can try to hunt down some stats here we can go over here in this halftime, here in this ball game.
Well, yes, sir. I got a couple of scores that I will give you quickly. Grambling now up by the score of 28-0 over Alcorn. Go and figure that one out. The Magic City Classic between Alabama A&M and Alabama State. Alabama A&M is up by the score of 14-3. They are in the second quarter of that one. You also have no score between Pine Bluff and FAMU. They're just getting started. And it is absolutely, I guess, amazing what Grambling is doing with Alcorn at this stage of the game. No one could see that one coming, but that's why they play the games, Andre. So with that being said, we could take a break or we can let the band play, sir. The call is up to you. We are at halftime right now here at the Homecoming 2022 Panthers in a bit of a battle right now. They're trailing by the score of 35-24. The good thing about it is they are scoring points, and they do get the ball after the second half start, but they got to find a way to stop those Wildcats.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Definitely got to find a way to stop them. Yeah, we can definitely, if it's coming in clearly, we can let them march and storm as they're into the stage right now. We can let them play this thing out while we try to hunt down some halftime stats here.
Yes, sir. Open them up and let it ride.
All right, Dr. Mike Prince, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, we are back, sir. We are back. We're able to get the halftime stats. Not sure when that's going to be able to come in, but it does appear that the Martin Storm was able to put on a nice performance here at halftime.
Yes, sir. So did we run out of paper? I mean, run out of what stat problem glitches?
I wish I do. I wish I knew. There are some stats that we can kind of go over, if you will. You know, these are the live stats that you can follow throughout the course of the ball game. That we can kind of go over. You have a quick moment.
Sure, no problem.
Now you mentioned the penalties, and we talked about penalties at the beginning of the halftime report, Mike, just in terms of how many penalties there were in that first half. Each team, now these stats are updating live as we speak, but each team so far are posting five penalties apiece. Bethune-Cookman had 5 penalties in that first half for 31 yards, and Prairie View had 6 penalties in that first half for 35 yards, Mike.
That seems a bit odd. It seemed like those penalties from Prairie View have been more detrimental.
Yes. And these penalties and these stats are updated as we speak, but that's what it's showing so far. That's what it's showing so far.
Okay, that doesn't sound quite right, but if that's what it is, then that's what it is. Exactly.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So the penalties, third downs, what we was giving the Panthers praises for on a strong performance just last week. What a difference weeks make, right? And now, the Panthers' defense has got to step up. They've got to step up. They've given up enough points for the rest of the game. It shouldn't find a way not to allow these guys to score. Maybe they can pitch another shutout. Do I need to put in another request for a shutout for the second half?
Well, the request you put in last week, they was able to grant your wishes, so I'm surprised you haven't put any so far in this game.
Well, you know what? Maybe I forgot to stuff it in the suggested box.
Oh,
we need to make that happen. Man.
Well, to your point, Mike, the Panthers defensively have that swagger. I talk about the swagger because they do have that swagger in the
Okay, look like we are having a connection challenge with Mr. Andre Davis. Voice of the Panthers. Right now it is homecoming 2022 for the campus. Okay. Go ahead, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, as we mentioned before our halftime show, the Panthers did defer to the second half, so they will get the ball to start this third quarter as the Wildcats are ready to kick this one off. They're going to be kicking from right to left. And back deep for the Panthers will be Connor Wysham. And he's going to field this one at the 5-yard line. He's going to get past the 10, past the 15. Still on his feet. He's going to be brought down past the 25-yard line. They're going to officially mark this one at the 27-yard line. That's where the Panthers are going to set up shop to start this opening drive of the third quarter. Trayvon Conley and company comes out. And Conley's going to have two receivers on each side. And play action fake. Conley's going to keep it himself. He's going to roll to the left side. He's going to get past the 30. He's going to be brought down near the 35-yard line. Solid pickup on that play by Trayvon Conley. 7-yard pickup to be exact. Panthers go with a hurry-up offense. And Tom Conley's going to roll to his right side. He's still on his feet. He's going to get past the 40, past the 45, and he's finally going to go out of bounds near midfield. A huge gain and a first down for the Panthers.
Starting off great
on the opening drive. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Starting off great. Trayvon Conley picked up a first down for the Panthers. 2 runs to start the opening drive, all by Trayvon Conley. Panthers going to have first and 10 near midfield. This time a handoff to Ahmad Antoine. He's going to lower his shoulder. Picks up positive yards on that play. 4 yards to be exact. Ball's now placed at the 45-yard line of the Wildcats. Hurry up offense for the Panthers. And Tom Collins going to fake it to Ahmad Antoine, keep it himself. But he's not going to have any real estate as he's going to be brought down in the backfield for a 3-yard loss on the play.
That's all right. We'll get that back.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Panthers love to go with the read option with Conley and Ahmad Antoine and even Jaden Stewart to be exact. This time nothing doing on that play. So we will have third down coming up, 3rd and 9 to be exact. Ball placed at the 48-yard line. Empty backfield for the Panthers. 3 receivers to the left and 2 to the right for Conley. Conley back to pass. He looks left, throws left, and he's going to throw this to the far left side of the field, but that pass is going to be incomplete, in and out of his hands. We talked about drop balls by this wide receiver core. During our pregame show, Xavier Johnson wasn't able to haul that one in, and with that, 4th down coming up for the Panthers.
Wow. That's a momentum killer right there.
And if he was able to catch this one, he was right at the first down marker. Depending on the spot, he would have had just enough, or it could have been 4th and inches, but definitely would have had the momentum to go for it depending on the spot of the ball. But nonetheless, wasn't able to haul that one in. 20 units have come out into the field. We do have some movement on the front line. This should be offside against the Wildcats. Still wouldn't be enough for a first down. It would make things slightly interesting. As the officials are huddled up, it will be offside, charged against the Wildcats. That's going to move the Panthers up 5 yards. Still won't have enough for a first down, but the ball is now placed at the 43-yard line. So that's going to be 4th and 4. Punting units will stay onto the field.
Wouldn't be surprised if you saw a fake.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. As it's punted off, and Cameron's just going to wave this one, standing right at the 15-yard line. And this one will officially be spotted at the 14-yard line. And the Panthers was showing some light on that opening drive. Wasn't able to cap it off. As the Wildcats are going to start their opening possession at their own 14-yard line, moving right to left. 13:03 to go here in the third quarter. 35-24 is our score in favor of the Wildcats. Jalen Jones comes out into the field. He's going to have two receivers to his right and one to the left. Had an excellent first half for the Panthers. As Beard is going to be offset to his right. Jones drop back. He rolls to his right side. He has Beard. That pass is caught. Pass to 25, and he's going to go out of bounds. Here's the first down marker. They're going to give him a first down. 11-yard pickup there by Keyshawn Beard. The Wildcats going to have this one at their own 25-yard line, moving right to left. As Jones is going to have two receivers on each side. Beard is going to be offset to his left. Panthers still going with the zone defense. Quarterbacks are lined up about 8 yards off the receiver. This time a play action fake. Jones steps into the pocket. He shed a few defenders. He's just going to keep it himself. And he's going to break through the right side, past midfield, past the 40. And he's finally going to be knocked out of bounds near the 30-yard line. Touchdown saving tackle by Jamias Presley with a huge gain by Jalen Jones. And with that, the Wildcats are well within Panther territory. Ball officially spotted at the 32-yard line of the Panthers. First and 10 for the Wildcats. Two receivers on each side for Jones. Beard's going to be offset to his right. This time he will hand it off to Beard. Not a whole lot doing. 2-yard pickup. Brought down right at the 30-yard line. Warren Shanko on the stop for the Panthers. The big man, T-Roy James, checks into the game. He didn't start that drive on defense. As the Wildcats going to have 2nd and 8 coming up. Two receivers on each side for Jones. Play action fake. This time he's going to be met in the backfield for a sack. Jamias Presley on the sack for the Panthers. Came in on the blitz from the cornerback position, and Jalen Jones never saw him coming.
Well, that's because T-Roy set it up.
T-Roy set it up. Everybody was looking at T-Roy. Jamias Presley was able to sneak in there. And with that, we're going to have 3rd and long coming up for the Wildcats. Ball plays right at the 36-yard line. Jones, back to pass. He's looking downfield. He has a man that pass. It's going to be caught at the 25-yard line. He's going to be brought down near the first down marker. They're going to say he has enough for Wildcats first down. Another huge 3rd down opportunity. And the Wildcats are able to pick up a first down. Ball now placed at the 20-yard line.
It's almost like a broken record, Andre. You get 3rd and whatever, first down.
Yes, sir. Tom Jones is going to hand off the Beard, but not a whole lot doing it. He was met by Keyshawn Johnson right at the line of scrimmage for a gain of no yards on the play. As we do have some stoppage in the play, looks like we have an injured Panther on the field. It appears to be number 19, Bryce Turner, one of the defensive backs, is down on the field. We'll take a break and come back with more Panther football right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network.
Hey, Panther fans, don't forget, following the conclusion of this game, you can join us for the 1876 After Party post-game show. And you can do so by going to the website at obnradio.com. 15 minutes following the conclusion of our broadcast coverage, yours truly, Dr. Mike Prince, will break down the X's and O's and give us his overall assessment of today's game. So tell a friend to tell another friend to tell that friend to head on down to the 1876 post-game after party. And you can do so right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network, the station designed with you in mind. We're taking a break in our broadcast coverage of Panther football right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. We want to remind all of our listeners that you can become a part of our broadcast coverage right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. To become a listening partner, all you have to do is visit our website at obnradio.com. If you've been thrilled with our broadcast coverage and all the exciting things we have coming here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network, your simple donations of just 17 cents a day will help support our programming here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. We've been serving the community through faith in athletics, since 2002, the voice of student athletics. The station designed with you in mind, the Open Mic Broadcast Network, Prairie View, Texas.
Was able to walk off the field on his own strength. Teams have made their way back out onto the field. As Jones dropped back the pass, he looks right, throw right. He has a man that pass going to be completely on the far side of the field. It's going to be enough for another Wildcats first down. Ball now placed inside the 10-yard line. As the Wildcats go with a hurry-up offense, trying to push the tempo. Jones dropped back the pass yet again, and this time he's going to give it to Beard. And Beard's going to get past the 5-yard line, and he will be in for another Wildcat touchdown. Another touchdown by the Wildcats to extend their lead 41-24 here in the third quarter with 9:25 to go.
65 points in this game.
And the snap is down, kick is up, and it is good. Wildcats are looking strong here offensively. Panthers haven't had a stop for Jalen Jones and company. They find themselves up on this one, 42-24 here in the third quarter with 9:25 to go. We'll take another break and come back with more Panther action right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network.
Today's game is brought to you by A-Rocket Movers and Storage, located at 3354 Yellowstone Boulevard, Houston, Texas. Be sure to contact James Woods at 713-545. Or if you need both, our good fellas at A-Rocket Movers and Storage can get you a 2-for-1. So head on down there now. That's A-Rocket Movers and Storage, and let them know that the Open Mic Broadcast Network sent you. Also, be sure to listen to the Mike Prince Show daily by subscribing to our YouTube channel at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. The Mike Prince Show, dissecting Prairie View athletics and all news and updates surrounding the Southwestern Athletic Conference. And again, you can check out the show daily by subscribing to our YouTube channel at the Open Mic Broadcast Network, the station designed with you in mind.
9:19 to go here in the third quarter, 42-24 our score in favor of the Wildcats. Looking strong here so far here in this ball game. As the Wildcats are ready to kick this one off, kicking from right to left. Connor Weisham and Christian Mosley back to receive this one for the Panthers. And Mosley's going to fill this one at the 5-yard line. He's going to get past the 10, past the 15, breaks one tackle, past the 25, and he's finally going to be brought down right at the 29-yard line. So the Panthers going to set up shop here to start their next drive here in the third quarter. As Conley's going to have 3 receivers to his right and 1 to the left. Conley back the pass, and he has Jalen Howard in midfield. That pass is going to be caught. He's going to get past the 40, and he's going to be brought down right at the 39-yard line. Huge game through the air. As Trayvon Conley was able to hook up with Jalen Howard, and he's just going to run out of bounds. Picks up about 2 yards, or check that, 3 yards on the play. Trayvon Conley was trying to hook up with Collier Ricks on the fade downfield. Wasn't able to get it to him. Was able to keep it himself. Picks up 3 yards on the play. 2nd and 7 coming up. And just going to hurry up offense. Conley drop back the pass. Still looking downfield. He rolls to his right side. Couldn't find anybody. He's just going to safely throw this one out of bounds. He was trying to hook up with Jaden Stewart. Wasn't able to get it to him. With that, we're going to have 3rd down coming up. With a huge play on 1st down, Trayvon Conley to Jalen Howard. They're inside wild. Obi Washington on the reception for the Panthers. Panthers have a fresh set of downs now. Ball plays right at the 33-yard line. Empty backfield setup. 2 receivers on each side for Conley. Conley looks left. He's been flushed out of pocket. He's just going to keep it himself. And he's going to be brought down right at the 30-yard line. Solid play there by Trayvon Conley. As Wildcats bought the house on that play, but he was able to get outside the pocket and pick up positive gain for the Panthers. And about 6 coming up. Ball placed at the 30-yard line.
You listen to the Open Mic Broadcast Network broadcast coverage, at least attempted coverage for the Panthers and the Wildcats. Some technical difficulties coming right now from Panthers Stadium at Blacksher Field. It is Homecoming 2022. Massive people on site and causing an interruption with our broadcast right now. But the Panthers are trailing at the time, 42-24, time to drive. Last Conley had just connected one of his receivers on third down. Andre is back with us right now. Go ahead, Andre, sir.
All right. Yes, sir. We do apologize for technical difficulties. We are back as the Panthers were able to get a first down on that previous play, and they're set up inside the goal line. Ball is going to be placed at the 4-yard line of the Wildcats. Panthers are moving from left to right as they went with a run on second down to Jaden Stewart. Picks up about 3 yards. We're going to have 3rd and goal coming up for the Panthers. Ball placed right at the 4-yard line. Connor's going to have 3 receivers to his left and 1 to the right. Stewart's going to be offset to his right. And he's going to fake it to Stewart, keeping himself, and he's going to lower his shoulders. He's going to be in for a Panthers touchdown.
They got to go for 2 now, Andre.
Yes, sir. They got to go for 2. It appears that the PAT unit will come onto the field to attempt the extra point.
Wow.
Offensively, Panthers are trying to show life here in this ball game. As the snap is down, kick is up, and it is good. So the Panthers are responding here offensively. They're still trailing this one 42-31. We still got 6:28 to go here in the third quarter. We'll see the defense kind of broken things down when we return with more Panther action right here on the Open Mic Broadcast Network.
Today's game is brought to you by the Panther Backers, proudly serving student athletes since 1995. Scholarships and student support has been the main focal point of the Panther Backers. Through consistent support from former athletes, dedicated alumni, and fellow donors, the Panther Backers have provided scholarship funds for several young men and women athletes at Prairie View A&M University for the past 26 years. For more information on how to become a member, contact Dino Robinson at 713-417-2090. That number again, 713-417-2090. You can also visit their website at www.pantherbackers.org. The Hill is where the heart is.
And welcome back to Panther football right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. 6:28 to go here in the third quarter. Panthers trailing this one 42-30. As the Panthers are ready to kick this one off, kicking from left to right. And he's just going to sail this one in the end zone, in the back of the end zone to be exact. As the Wildcats are going to start this one at their own 25-yard line. Dr. Mike Prince.
Yes,
Panthers
sir.
back out there on the field defensively. Offensively, Panthers trying to show some life. They're going to need the defense to make some stops here in this next drive.
No doubt. You can't keep trading punches with these guys right now. You're going to have to counter, create a turnover, a scoop and score, or a short field for the offense to try to capitalize on. But they can't keep trading blows like this.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Teams make their way back out into the field. We talked about the zone defense of the Panthers, and I'm counting still about 7 to 8 yards behind, check that, 7 to 8 yards off the receivers. Cornerback line of about 8 yards off the receivers, yet again here to start this drive.
Well, we've talked about it for a few weeks now. There's got to be something to it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But Jones going to have 2 receivers to his right and 1 to the left. Jones going to drop back to pass, rolls to his right side. He has a man. The pass going to be called past the 20, And he's going to be brought down past the 30-yard line. It's officially marked this one at the 35. Going to have enough for a Wildcats first down. Ball plays at the 35-yard line. Wildcats moving from right to left. 6:07 to go here in the third quarter. Wildcats on top of this, 42-30. Two receivers on each side for Jones. Jones going to drop back to pass. He has a man, but that pass is going to be incomplete. They're going to say he caught it and he fumbled it. Ball is loose. And looks like this one may be recovered by the Panthers.
Well, let's hope it stands.
As we're waiting for the officials to make the call, but Panther Nation is indicating that this will be Panther football, and it will be. Turnover by the Panthers.
All right.
As Keyshawn Johnson, we talked about this guy during our pregame show. Keyshawn Johnson was able to pop that ball loose. From our indication, it appears that it may have been an incomplete pass, but they say he caught it, and Keyshawn Johnson was able to pop it loose for a fumble. The Panthers were able to recover. They're going to have a fresh set of downs at the 39-yard line. Yes, sir.
I said let's run a play before they try to challenge it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Ball plays at the 39-yard line. Panthers move from left to right. As Collins going to hand this one off to Ahmad Antoine. He's going to keep his legs moving. Picks up a solid 2 yards on the play. 4 yards to be exact. 2nd and 6 coming up. Ball plays right at the 36-yard line. This time he's going to fake it to Ahmad Antoine, and he's going to throw this one, and he has Collier Ricks downfield. That's going to be enough for another Panthers first down. Huge gain through the air. Trayvon Conley hooks up with Collier Ricks inside the 20-yard line. Ball is now officially spotted at the 18-yard line. Panthers moving from left to right. 5:10 to go here in the third quarter. As Collins going to have 3 receivers to his left. Antoine's going to be offset to his left. He's going to give it to Ahmad Antoine. Antoine's going to cut the middle. He's going to be brought down right at the 15-yard line. Another solid gain by Ahmad Antoine. Positive yards is what we're looking for.
Touchdown is what we're looking for.
Yes, sir.
I
We
want
got to
a
get the positive
touchdown.
yards first. We got to get the positive yards to get the touchdown. Another handoff to Ahmad Antoine. He's going to run to the right side. He's going to run out of bounds right at the 10-yard line. Another 5-yard gain. He's about a yard shy of a first down. Third and 2 coming up for the Panthers. Ball's played right at the 10-yard line. 2 receivers to his left and 2 to the right for Conley. Time to play action fake. Conley's going to throw to the right side and gives a man that pass going to be complete. That's going to be enough for a Panthers first down. As Conley was able to hook up with number 89, Trayvon Jones. As the Panthers will have first and goal now. Ball plays right at the 6-yard line. Conley's going to hand this one off to Antoine again. This time not a whole lot doing. He was met right at the line of scrimmage. As Jaden Stewart checks in for Ahmad Antoine. With 3:44 to go here in the third quarter. As Conley looks at the sideline to get the call, he's going to have 2 receivers to the left and 1 to the right. Stewart's going to be offset to his right. As Conley is the man in motion. And he's going to fake it to Stewart, keeping himself, and he's going to get past the 5-yard line. He's going to dive in for a Panthers touchdown. Trayvon Conley coming through on that drive for the Panthers. He caps it off with a 6-yard touchdown. As our score is now 42-36 with 3:12 to go here in the third quarter with the PAT to follow.
The PAT to follow. I guess you're not going to go for the 2 here neither, huh?
I
Make it
guess
a 5
not,
point.
Mike. I guess not.
It's okay, though. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Head coach Bo McDowell not taking any chances. There's a PA unit on the field, PAT unit. As the snap is down, kick is up, and it is good. Looks like we do have an injured Panther on the field. Can't quite make out who it is. But nonetheless, 42-37 now our score as the Panthers. If we cut this deficit down even more, we still got 3:12 to go here in the third quarter. We'll take a break and come back with more Panther football right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network.
A quick break of our broadcast coverage right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Be sure to listen to us live during our next broadcast coverage Friday, November 4th, as the Panthers gear up to take on Alcorn State in their final home game of the season. Kickoff is scheduled for 6:30 p.m., and we'll be coming at you with our pregame show at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. If you can't make it to the game, there's no need to worry. You can catch all the live play-by-play action right here by dialing 857-777-0000. That number again is 857-777-0000. And it's only on the Open Mic Broadcast Network, the voice of student athletics.
And welcome back to Panther Football right here at the Mike Broadcast Network. It appears that was number 47, Xavier Watson, the injured Panther. Looks like he's been helped off on the sideline. Hope that young man's able to make a recovery. But nonetheless, the Panthers were able to cut down this deficit, Mike, and now find themselves trailing this one 42-37 with 3:12 to go here in the third quarter.
It's an interesting approach and a score that we have right now. But I don't care as long as the Panthers can find a way to end up on top of this thing. This has been a roller coaster ride, man, from the beginning. Bethune-Cookman has been on all cylinders, and the Panthers have been fighting like mad, man, to try to make this a successful win as well as a homecoming.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Even if the Panthers are able to get a win here in this ball game on their homecoming, we can definitely say that Bethune-Cookman has made them work for it.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it.
As I mentioned before, you got to start doing these things early, man. You called it, you requested a turnover defensively for the Panthers. They was able to get that on that previous drive. Keyshawn Johnson with the forced fumble on that previous drive. We talked about this guy during our pregame show. He comes up big on that last drive. We're going to need the Panthers defensively to come up with another stop on this next drive, Mike.
Yes, sir, indeed. And since I'm in getting my wish, let me ask for another one.
Yes, sir. Well, Jones going to have two receivers on each side. He dropped back to pass. He throws to his right side. That pass going to be incomplete. As he was trying to hook up with his running back, Keyshawn Beard. Nothing doing on that play. As Jones looks to the sideline to get the call, they're going to try to push the tempo here a little bit. He's going to have two receivers on each side. Beard's going to be offset to his left. Jones, back to pass, step into the pocket. He's still looking. And he's finally going to be pressured. He's going to be brought down in the backfield by a plethora of Panthers.
Got to keep the pressure, though, Dre. Got to keep the pressure. Because what down is this coming up?
Third down coming up. T-Roy James in on that sack for the Panthers. The big man comes up big. And we're going to need the Panthers defensively to come up big yet again here on this third down. Third and about 14 to be exact. Ball's placed right at the the 21-yard line. They have to get to the 35-yard line for a first down. Two receivers on each side for Jones. Jones, back to pass. He's been pressured. Rolls to his left side, still looking downfield. And that pass is intercepted by the Panthers. Jamias Presley with the interception for the Panthers. Yes, sir.
I told you, Andre. I just had to ask, man.
I keep telling you, Mike, you got to request these things.
Well, I don't think I've been trying to force the issue, man. I don't be trying to force the issue. You know, they got to do their thing, then they leave it on me.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, the Panthers with a huge opportunity here to take the lead here in this ball game. That pass was actually tipped, and Jamias Presley was able to reap the benefits of that tip. As the Panthers are going to start this one at the 40-yard line of the Wildcats. Two receivers on each side. He's going to hand this off to Jaden Stewart. Jaden Stewart's going to break one tackle. He's going to go out of bounds right at the 30-yard line. They're going to officially mark this one at the 31-yard line by the 9-yard pickup there for Jaden Stewart. We got 1:58 to go here in the third quarter. 42-37 our score in favor of the Wildcats, but the momentum may have just swung in the favor of the Panthers. 2nd and 1 coming up. 3 receivers to the left and 1 to the right for Conley. Conley looks left, throws left quickly. He has a man. That pass is caught on the far side of the field, and he's going to run out of bounds, but he will have enough for a Panthers first down. Number 16, Chris Herron. Ball is now placed right at the 26-yard line. 3 receivers to the right and 1 to the left. Conley hands this one off to Jaden Stewart. Not a whole lot doing. He was met right at the line of scrimmage. Gain of maybe a yard on the play. As Mike has mentioned before, we need 6 on this drive. We'll take the 3, but we need the 6.
No, it's too late, man. I need 6.
The veteran running back Bernard Goodwater checks in for Jaden Stewart. As Conley steps into the pocket, he has a big hole on the right side. Pass to 20, and he's going to go out of bounds right at the 14-yard line. Another huge gain and another first down for the Panthers.
All right, there we go.
Trayvon Conley, as we mentioned before, 1,000. This time he's going to hand off to Bernard Goodwater. Goodwater gains about 2 yards on the play. As the ball is going to be spotted right at the 10-yard line. Clock continues to move with 24 seconds to go here in the third quarter. As Collins is going to have 2 receivers on each side. Ahmad Antoine checks back into the game for Bernard Goodwater. And Conley looks left, throws left, and that pass is going to be incomplete as he was trying to hook up with Jalen Howard on a slant route. Wasn't quite able to get it to him. That does stop the clock with 13 seconds to go. As we have third down coming up. As the Panthers have to get to the 3-yard line for a first down.
Here's a question for you, Andre. Is this four-down territory? Is this four-down territory?
No, it is not. No, it is not. You still have another half. Not another half. You still have another quarter to play. The defense has come up big, 2 drives in a row. Take the 3 points. You're down by 2. Put your defense back out onto the field. As Conley's going to hand this off to Jaden Stewart, he's going to get positive yards, but he will not have enough for a first down. Ball officially going to be spotted right at the 6-yard line. 4th down coming up. And that last play will take us to the end of the third quarter. Things have gotten interesting here from Blackshear Field. Panthers are knocking on the door. There's 4th down coming up when the teams return. Panthers are trailing this one 42-37. We'll take a break and come back with the start of our 4th quarter right here on the Yellow Mike Broadcast Network.
Quick break of our broadcast coverage right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Be sure to listen to us live during our next broadcast coverage Friday, November 4th, as the Panthers gear up to take on Alcorn State in their final home game of the season. Kickoff is scheduled for 6:30 p.m., and we'll be coming at you with our pregame show at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. If you can't make it to the game, there's no need to worry. You can catch all the live play-by-play action right here by dialing 857-777-0000. That number again is 857-777-0000. And it's only on the Open Mic Broadcast Network, The Voice, Student Athletics.
And welcome back to Panther Football right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Things have gotten interesting here from Black Shield Field. And the Panthers are trailing this from 42-37. We're at the top of our fourth quarter. As it appears that the offense will stay out to the field. Teams have switched sides. Panthers is now moving from right to left. Ball placed at the 6-yard line. It's fourth down coming up. It's 4th and 3 to be exact. Panthers have to get to the 3-yard line for a first down. Panthers go with an empty backfield setup and a hard count, and it's going to be movement on the front line. It will be offsides against the Wildcats, and it should be a fresh set of downs for the Panthers.
Good move. Good move.
Now, Mike, you didn't say go for the fourth down, but try to draw the defense offside. If you'd have said that, I would say, oh, yeah, that's fine.
No. Well, see, I was hoping that they didn't blow this opportunity because you're still in this game. You're at home. You got a turnover, get the points. That's the old school in me, right? So I don't want to overtalk, man, but go ahead. Doing a great job.
No, you're absolutely right. Well, with that offside, it'll be first and goal for the Panthers. Ball plays right at the 3-yard line. He's going to have 3 receivers to his left and 1 to the right. Mon Antoine offset to his left. He will hand out to Mon Antoine. He's going to break around the outside. He's going to be met right at the 1-yard line by the 2-yard pickup on the play. As Mon Antoine was trying to turn the corner, wasn't quite able to make it to the goal line. Ball is now placed right at the 1-yard line. As Conley looks to the sideline to get the call. Panthers go with an empty backfield setup. Conley's going to have 2 receivers on each side for the quarterback sneak here, if you will. And they're going to pitch it to jet sweep to the left side. He has plenty of room. And he's going to dive in. And they're going to say he's an inch shy. Wow. They went with a jet sweep to Chris Herron, and he dove in. They say he's about an inch of a yard shy. Ball's placed right inside the 1-yard line as they're going to bunch the front line. And Trayvon Conley is going to push his way in. And we're still waiting to get the call. And yes, sir, Panthers touchdown.
All right. So with that being said, Andre,
yes, sir.
It makes the score now 43-42.
Yes, sir.
Do you go for 2 now?
I would go for 2 now. I would go for 2 now. But it does appear that the PAT unit will come out to the
Wow.
PAT unit comes out to the field to try this extra point. And the snap is down, kick is up, and it is good as the Panthers have turned things around here in the second half. They've got 13:54 to go here in the fourth quarter, but they're now on top of this one by a score of 44-42. Broadcast Network.
Are you looking for the best barbecue in the state of Texas? Head on down to Teague's Barbecue, located at 3307 Spring Stubner Road in Spring, Texas. At 832-246-8552. That number again is 832-246-8552. Former NFL player Matthew Teague is the founder of Teague's Barbecue, your one-stop shop for all your food and catering needs. They have served the Houston and surrounding areas since 1989. Let them know that the Open Mic Broadcast Network sent you. Teague's Barbecue, a taste that will leave you satisfied.
And welcome back to Panther Football right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. 44-42 our score in favor of the Panthers. They turn things around here in the second half. As they're going to be kicking this one from right to left. He's going to be brought down inside the 20-yard line. Officially marked this one right at the 24-yard line. That's where Wildcats are going to set up shop here on their opening drive of the fourth quarter. Defensively, the Panthers have come alive here in the second half. 2 takeaways in a row to give their offense an opportunity to now take the lead here 44-42 with 13:49 to go here in the fourth quarter. Ball officially spotted at the 23-yard line. Wildcats moving from left to right. Jones going to have 2 receivers to his left and 1 to the right. He hands off to Beard up the middle. He's going to be brought down. Gained about 3 yards on the play. Jesse Evans on the stop for the Panthers. But check that, a 4-yard pickup by Keyshawn Beard. Ball now plays at the 27-yard line. 2 receivers to the left and 1 to the right for Jones. Beard's going to be offset to his left. Jones, back to pass. He looks right, throws right. He has a man that pass is caught. And he's going to be brought down near the 30-yard line. About a 3-yard pickup on the play. Tackle made by Keyshawn Johnson. And a third down, huge third down coming up. Ball placed right at the 29-yard line. 3rd and 4. 2 receivers on each side for Jones. As Jones is a man in motion. Jones, back to pass. He looks right, throws right immediately. That pass is going to be caught by Beard. And he breaks 1 tackle. And he's going to be brought down near the first down marker. He will have enough for a first down. Keyshawn Beard able to break 1 tackle, and that's all he needed to pick up just enough for a first down on that play.
Execution.
Ball now plays right at the 33-yard line. 2 receivers to the left and 1 to the right for Jones. This time a play action fake. He has a man downfield. That pass is going to be... They're going to say, we're waiting to get the call. They're going to say the pass was incomplete. Jamias Presley feels as though he came up with it. But they're going to say incomplete pass. Jamias Presley on the coverage yet again. Has had a great game so far here in this ball game. 2nd and 10 coming up for the Wildcats. Ball 3-yard line. 2 receivers on each side for Jones. Jones looks left, throws left quickly. That pass is and a 9-yard pickup on that play. 3rd and 1 coming up for the Wildcats. Ball placed at the 42-yard line. 2 receivers to the right and 1 to the left. 11:50 to go here in the fourth quarter. 44-42 our score in favor of the Panthers. Another handoff to Keyshawn Beard. He will have more than enough for a Wildcats first down as he was brought down right at midfield. A couple of 3rd down opportunities here on this drive. And they've all been converted. 1st and 10 now coming up. Ball plays right at the 48-yard line. 2 receivers to the right and 2 to the left for Jones. Jones. Second pass, he's being pressured, and he's going to get rid of this at the last. The pass is caught by Keith.
Okay, it appears that Andre has slipped into the abyss again. Homecoming 2022, Panthers on top, making a comeback up 44-42 as we speak. Hopefully when Andre comes back, he'll have some good news for us. But remind you that you can listen to the Open Mic Broadcast Network daily for coverage throughout the Southwestern Athletic Conference, the Prairie View A&M University Panthers, of course, but we do cover the entire league. Visit the website obnradio.com. We're trying to get reconnected back with Mr. Andre Davis, doing the play-by-play coverage for Prairie View, hosting the Bethune-Cookman Wildcats Homecoming 2022. Last report, Panthers are up on top by the score of 44-42. While we're going through that, we can try to give you a couple of scores. Grambling on top of Alcorn State by the score of 28-6. Last report we had, that was in the waning moments of the third quarter. You had another score, Jackson State all over Southern University by the score of 28-0. That one is in the fourth quarter. Texas Southern celebrating their homecoming, playing Lincoln University out of California. They're winning by the score of 24-2. Prairie View on top of Bethune-Cookman, 44-42. Fourth quarter play is on the way. We are having some technical challenges right now, trying to reconnect with Andre Davis, but we will get right back to him as soon as we can. Thousands of people on the campus of Prairie View, and it is causing a log jam, if you would, with internet signals, phone signals, and everything else. So hopefully Andre will be able to get back in contact with us, that we can continue to cheer these Panthers on for the homecoming victory 2022. Panthers down at the half by the score of 35-24, but yet they have soared back, in particular the third quarter, to get a 2-point lead going into this fourth quarter of play. A couple of interceptions for the Panthers, and there we have Andre back. Andre, are you with us, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay,
got kicked off yet again. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Where the Wildcats were able to score on that previous drive, we do apologize for the technical difficulties. It looks like they were able to score on that previous drive by the 8-yard touchdown. Check that, a 10-yard touchdown run by the running back, Keyshawn Beard. As the Wildcats were moving the ball with no issues during that drive, and the running back Keyshawn Beard was able to cap it off with a 10-yard touchdown run to take the lead yet again here, 48-44. And it appears that the offense will stay onto the field to attempt this 2-point conversion, Mike.
Okay. I'm still a bit. Go ahead.
Jones is going to roll to his right side, but he will be met immediately when the ball does come out in the back of the end zone. As that 2-point conversion is no good, Mike. Yes, sir.
Well, they go for the 2. I was really, wanting to see, or thought we should have been in a position of going for 2 to make it at least a field goal, because a field goal would have not beat you. Where it was, a field goal would beat you, but now it's all tomato at this point.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's all tomato. It's still a 4-point game. Still a 1-possession game to be exact. Our score is now 48-44. in favor of the Wildcats. We still got 9:05 to go here in the fourth quarter. Several third down opportunities that the Panthers had an opportunity to get off the field on that last drive. Wildcats were able to convert with no issues on that last drive, Mike. The two previous drives, yes, sir.
No. Go ahead with your two previous drives. Go ahead.
Well, no, yeah. So the two previous drives, the Panthers were able to come up big on the takeaways, the much-needed takeaways, to even put the Panthers in a position to be in this ball game. On that last drive, just weren't able to kind of buckle down there, Mike.
Well, here's my next wish list. We need a long, sustaining touchdown drive. Yeah, you said it's 9 minutes, 5 seconds remaining, correct?
Yes, sir.
I need a drive of 8 minutes and 59 seconds and squib it and let them flip it around to try to get it up, and let's get out of here with this win. Okay.
We're going to set up shop here with exactly 9 minutes to go. Yes, sir.
No, it just kind of faded on us again. We're going to weather through, ladies and gentlemen. Bear with us. We're going to get through this one.
It's been rough on both ends today.
Well, but you know what? It's like it is,
yes,
man.
Sir.
You got a lot of people. How many people would you say out there, Andre?
I know the stadium holds about 15,000. I would say roughly maybe about 8,000 to 9,000.
About 8,000 to 9,000.
Yeah, it's a huge crowd. This is homecoming. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, but I'm talking out on the grounds, just on the grounds.
On the grounds total, I would say maybe around close to 12 or 13. You push to 12 or 13. I'm not big with the numbers, but I would say close to about 12 or 13. As Conley was able to hand off to Jaden Stewart, he will have enough for a Panthers first down. Ball now plays right at the 41-yard line. We got 8:15 to go here in the fourth quarter. And he's going to hand this off to Stewart yet again, this time only about a 1-yard gain. That's going to bring up 2nd and 9 for the Panthers. Definitely a lot of people here, Mike. I would say about close to maybe 12,000. My numbers could be off here and there, but there's definitely quite a bit of people here. This is Homecoming 2022, and PV Nation is here to support their Panthers.
Very good. Very good.
Clock does continue to run as Mike won the 8-minute and 59-second drive here on this next drive. As he hands this one off, he's going to break a few tackles. He's going to get past the 40. He's still on his feet. He's going to be brought down right at the 39-yard line. Another huge gain in the first down for the Panthers. And this time, this is the freshman running back, Connor Wysham, on that huge gain for the Panthers.
Well, Andre, this deep in the game, and the way we have been showing that it's hard to stop their offense, this is 4-down territory here on out.
Well, this is 4th down territory, as we do have an injured Wildcat on the field. Does appear to be up and walking on his own power, so the teams will return onto the field. But this is definitely 4th down territory. And to your point, Mike, about the 8-minute, 59-second drive, definitely something that the Panthers are capable of doing. Time of possession has been one of the things that the Panthers have done offensively quite well so far in the 2022 campaign. Their ability to milk the clock with those 5 running backs have been successful so far, so they definitely have the capability to get the job done. As they go to play action fake, and they're going to have Chris Herron on the left side. He's going to get past the 20. He's going to be brought down right at the 15-yard line. That's another huge gain and another first down for the Panthers. We may not get that 8-minute, 59-second drive that Mike requested, but we are getting huge plays and first downs on this drive. Another play action fake, Kanye takes it himself, and he's going to go out right at the 10-yard line. Yes, sir.
I need a touchdown, though. I need a touchdown.
Yes,
and a
sir.
two-point conversion. And a two-point conversion.
Definitely the two. Definitely the two. We may not get the 8:59, but we are getting the huge plays and the first downs. Got to cap it off with a touchdown for the Panthers. 3 receivers to the right and 1 to the left for Conley. Another handoff to Jaden Stewart. He breaks up the middle, and he's going to walk in unscathed for a Panthers touchdown. Dr. Mike Prince wanted the 6, and he got the 6. Ha ha.
Now I need 2 more.
And I am waiting, and it does not appear that the offense is staying on the field. Luis Reyes is coming on the field to attempt this extra point.
That's mind-boggling.
50-48 our score with the PAT to follow. If PAT is good, the score would be 51-48 with a 3-point ball game.
Now, I understand they're playing the odds, but right now you got a 3-point lead, correct? That 2-point makes it a 4-point where they have to score a touchdown.
But they have to score a touchdown, absolutely.
They would have to score. They couldn't now. Now they can milk the clock or whatever. A field goal. You play for the tie on the road.
Yes,
but
sir.
That's why we talk to Bubba each week. So definitely be on to ask this.
Well, the Panthers on top of this one, 51-48. We got.
And just as we're getting into the thick of this thing, we lose another connection with Brother Davis. Panthers have just scored to take the lead, 51-48. They do not elect to go for the 2-point. They kick the PAT. Reyes is good. Panthers on top in the fourth quarter, homecoming 2022. Soon as we get a chance, we'll get reconnected back with Andre Davis. Mike Prince here from the studios of the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Homecoming 2022. What a shootout this has been. A total of 99 points scored thus far. And the Panthers holding on with dear death grip right now, 51-48. Andre Davis on site on the campus of Prairie View A&M University. It's a pretty large crowd in and outside the stadium, which has probably caused some of our challenges that we're having today. But the show must go on. And as soon as Andre Davis is able to connect back with us, we will get you back into that action coverage. One thing that's been surprising on today was what the Grambling State Tigers are doing to what seems to be a disheveled Alcorn State football program right now. Last week,
Southern University, Grambling State University, Jackson State University, Alcorn State University, Mississippi Valley State University, Alabama State University, University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff, and Alabama A&M University. As the SWAC continues to grow in prominence, so does its membership. At the start of the 2021-2022 academic school year, Florida A&M University and Bethune-Cookman University will join the SWAC as its 11th and 12th official members. Championship competition offered by the league currently includes men's competition
And welcome back to Panther Football right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. The Wildcats started this one at their own 27-yard line. A pass by Jalen Jones was incomplete as he was actually brought down in the backfield. That's going to bring up second and about 14 for the Wildcats. Wasn't able to get that pass off in time, and he was brought down by Keyshawn Johnson. And he's going to roll to his right side, doesn't have a man downfield. That's going to be incomplete. Third down coming up by the Wildcats. We got 5:31 to go here in the fourth quarter. 51-48 our score in favor of the Panthers. Huge third down coming up as the ball is placed right at the 27-yard line of the Wildcats. Wildcats moving from left to right. Two receivers on each side for Jones. Jones, back to pass. He steps up, and he's going to be brought down the backfield yet again, this time by the other linebacker, Jesse Evans.
Man, what a time to come through.
What a time to come through. Jesse Evans coming through, coming up huge for the Panthers on that third down. Fourth down coming up, and the punting units have come out into the field. Defense coming up big when they needed to, Mike.
Finish them.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Looks like we got a slight stoppage in the play. We have an injured Wildcat on the field. The teams come back. It's going to be 4th and long for the Wildcats. But it appears that he's up on his own power, so we're just going to keep it right here, Mike. It's 51-48 our score in favor of the Wildcats. We got 4:58 to go here in the fourth quarter. Panthers going to get this one back, leading by 3. What's going to be the message offensively for the Panthers when they come back onto the field, Mike?
Finish them. That's the message. Finish them. We need first downs. Not necessarily a touchdown also would be great, but we need first downs. Keep the clock going.
Yes, sir.
You know by chance how many timeouts Bethune have left? They should have 2 timeouts left, correct?
Well, they're showing 3, but yes, they should have 2 timeouts left. They're showing 3 on the scoreboard. They've already taken 1 here in this second half, so it should definitely be 2 timeouts left. But nonetheless, Xavier Johnson is going to fair catch this one at their own 37-yard line. Excellent field position to start this drive. That's where the Panthers are going to set up shop, Mike. You mentioned milking the clock on their previous drive. Weren't able to take a whole lot of time off the clock, but they was able to make big plays, first downs, and score. Milking the clock is definitely going to be key for the Panthers, along with getting first downs here on this next drive.
Yes, indeed, man. Hopefully we won't lose connection with the rest of this game that remains.
Yes,
but man,
right.
This has been too much for the old ticker to take today, man.
This has been interesting. This has been an interesting one on both sides. On both sides. From the football side, from the broadcast side, this has been very, very interesting. But as they always say, we shall get through it. As Conley is going to hand this one off to Jaden Stewart, picks up solid gain on that play, about an 8-yard pickup, as he was brought down right at about the 46-yard line. Check that, 45-yard line. Bring up 2nd and 2 for the Panthers. Clock continues to run with 3:55 to go here in the fourth quarter. 51-48 our score in favor of the Panthers.
Now, the Panthers should not be snapping this ball until at least 5 seconds on the game clock. Play clock.
And with that being said, Conley snaps this one right at 5 seconds on the play clock. And this one off to Jaden Stewart yet again. Not a whole lot doing, but he will have enough for a Panthers first down.
Very good.
And to your point, Mike, Trayvon Conley taking his time. He gets the call from the sideline, barking at the line of scrimmage, but he is waiting till about 5 seconds on the play clock before he snaps this ball.
Yes, sir.
3:18 to go here in the fourth quarter. As Conley looks to the sideline to get the call yet again, he's going to have 3 receivers to his right and 1 to the left. It's 1st and 10 for the Panthers. Ball plays right at the 47-yard line. A handoff to Jaden Stewart. He has plenty of room to the left side. Going to be brought down at the gain of about 11 yards. Another first down for the Panthers. Smartly was able to stay in bounds as he was creeping towards that sideline. But he was able to stay in bounds, and the clock does continue to run here with 2:50 to go in the fourth quarter.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Keep it moving.
Panthers now in Wildcat territory. Ball plays at the 39-yard line. And it's moving from right to left. Now he's going to have 3 receivers to the right and 1 to the left. This time Ahmad Antoine checks in the game for Jaden Stewart. He's going to hand off to Ahmad Antoine. He's going to get past the 35 and brought down right at about the 33-yard line. But check that. That was actually Jaden Stewart on the play. Jaden Stewart actually stays in the game. Picked up another solid gain there for the Panthers. About a 7-yard pickup on the play.
I'll take it.
as we're now down to under 2 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. As you can hear PV Nation come alive here at Blackshear Field. As we had a huge momentum swing here late in the second half, Panthers able to come alive here. As they're now at 2nd and 4, another handoff to Stewart, not a whole lot doing. It's met right at the line of scrimmage. And with that, the Wildcats will take a timeout with 1:33 to go here in the fourth quarter. The team's return is going to be 3rd and 3 coming up. Ball placed right at the 32-yard line. Panthers moving from right to left. We'll take another quick break and come back with more Panther action right here on the Open Mic Broadcast Network.
While we have a quick break in the action, we want to thank all of our sponsors and supporters for making today's broadcast possible. The Prairie View Athletic Club, the Panther Backers, Temple of Refuge Ministries, Teague's Barbecue, and A Rocket Movers and Storage. Thank you for your continued support of our broadcast coverage throughout Waller County and beyond. The station designed with you in mind, the Open Mic Broadcast Network, Prairie View, Texas.
And welcome back to Panther Football right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. 1:33 to go here in the fourth quarter. 51-48 our score in favor of the Panthers. 3rd and 3 coming up. As Collins going to keep it himself. He's running out of real estate, and he's finally going to have to go down in the backfield, losing about 4 yards on the play. And we have a stoppage in the... Yes, sir.
Bethune probably burned their final timeout.
Yes, sir.
So give them some possession, time for the clock. Now the Panthers, do you want to pooch punt this thing if you could?
Yeah, it's going to be a very interesting punt, Mike. Because the ball is placed right at about the 36-yard line. We'll see how they're going to do this. It definitely would be. So it would be about a 52-yarder.
I would try that with the wind that we got going. Now they say he's good from 55. They got confidence in him.
He made about a 48-yarder this year.
Right. Well, they said in game time they would try him at 52. But if you miss it, or heaven forbid, if it's blocked, they're going to be in great field position, so I would try to pin them back.
Yes, sir. And it appears that the Panthers will do just that. 20 units have come out to the field to punt this one off.
What about a muff?
Ryan Gill is standing at their own 10-yard line, and he's going to fair catch this one right at about the 10-yard line. So we got 1:19 to go here in the fourth quarter. And this will be the drive of the century, Mike.
Yes, it is. No timeouts for Bethune-Cookman, correct?
No, it's showing one timeout on the game clock. But they've used 3 timeouts here in the second half. They will have to travel 90 yards in 1 minute and 19 seconds for a touchdown.
Oh, boy. But a field goal, all they need to do is try to get in field goal.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Jalen Jones and company have come back out onto the field for what may appear to be the final drive of this ball game. He's going to have 3 receivers to the left and 1 to the right. Jones. Back pass. He has plenty of time. He's still looking downfield. And that pass is going to be incomplete. Excellent coverage downfield by the Panthers. As Jalen Jones couldn't find a single receiver open. 2nd down coming up. That incompletion does stop the clock with 1:12 to go.
We need
Ball
a
still
sack.
placed right at the 10-yard line. Yes, sir. No pressure on that previous play. Everyone was back in coverage. As Jalen Jones had all day to throw. Surprisingly, he didn't take off running. He's going to attempt another pass. This time he will take off running. Pass the 10, pass the 15, pass the 20. As he brought down, the ball comes out and is recovered by the Panthers. And he's going to be in for a Panthers touchdown.
All righty then. Put a seal on it, baby. Put a seal on it.
Bryce Turner was able to come up with the fumble and make his way in for a Panthers touchdown. And that should do it here from Black Shield. We still got 59 seconds to go. 57-48 our score in favor of the Panthers. As the PAT unit comes out to the field to try this extra point, Mike.
Hey, man, how sweet it is, brother. As they say, set your homecoming out.
Set it out, set it out, set it out.
Set it out.
we couldn't quite make out which Panther caused the fumble, but nonetheless, Bryce Turner was at the right place at the right time for the scooping score.
Wow. What a game.
Yes, sir. As the PAT is good, 58-48 is now our score in favor of the Panthers with 59 seconds to go. We'll take a break and come back with more Panther football right here at the Mike Broadcast Network.
People often ask us, when will we develop an app? And I've been telling them all the time, we already have an app right at your fingertip. That app is 857-777-0000. Save this number on your favorites, put it on your speed dial, and every time there's a live broadcast, dial that number, 857-777-0000. Serving the community through faith and athletics, the Open Mic Broadcast Network, Prairie View, Texas.
And welcome back to Panther football right here at Double Mike Broadcast Network. Panthers looking strong here to try to close this ball game out. They're on top of this one by the score 58-48 with 57 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. Wildcats are going to start this one at their own 25-yard line. It was a pooch kick that was recovered right at about the 25-yard line. That's where the Wildcats are going to set up shop here, moving left to right. Andre Davis alongside Dr. Mike Prince. Mike.
Yes,
How are you feeling, sir?
I'm feeling a lot better, my man. I'm feeling a lot better. It took 116 points of combined points to get it done, but man, oh man, I was nervous about this game, and still it's not over with, but I had every right to be, right?
Yeah, every right to be. As we mentioned before, I mentioned during the pregame shows, this was a sneaky good team. Again, their records and even some of the games they played hasn't shown it, but they're a team that can stay very close in ball games. That's what we talked about during our pregame show. As Jalen Jones going to hand this one off to Keyshawn Beard up the right side, and he will have enough for a first down. About 11-yard pickup. He stayed inbound, so the clock will continue to go here as we got 40 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. The Wildcats going to go with a hurry-up offense. Another handoff to Keyshawn Beard, and he's going to break up the middle, breaks a couple tackles, and he's going to be brought down near midfield. Nice huge gain on that play by Keyshawn Beard. Another first down for the Wildcats. Clock will continue to move here. We got about 25 seconds to go. 58-48 is our score in favor of the Panthers. Ball officially spotted at the 49-yard line to receive on east side for Jones. Another handoff to Beard. Going to get past the 40. Going to officially mark this one at the 39-yard line. And that will be the final play of this game. And with that, our ball game has come to an end. Where Prairie and the University Panthers persevered throughout this ball game, is able to win this one by the score of 58-48. Mike.
Hey man, they wasn't the only ones to persevere. We persevered through this broadcast today. Great job, my man. Hey, it happens when you go live. You know, so many people on the campus that it interfered with everything, but we weathered the storm. The Panthers weathered the storm, and as a result, the Panthers are in great shape right now, Andre. What's happening earlier on, Jackson State, last we had, was on top of Southern University by a score of 28-0. Alcorn was losing 28-6 to Grambling. And so with that shaking up going in the West and the Panthers taking care of business, if the Panthers can take care of business this Friday night, November 4th, 6:30 p.m. kickoff time, against the Alcorn State Braves, we be cooking real good, my friend, cooking real, real good.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Panthers, and you talk about perseverance in this ball game, both offensively and defensively. 58 points for the Panthers offensively. Again, I know they put up 51 last week against the Marbles. This is the offense. The only thing averaging right around 25 points per game, but they had to do enough, more than enough, as the Panthers gave up 48 points. But again, as we say before, we'll take it how we can get it. 58-48, our score. Panthers are victorious, and with that, the homecoming is that much sweeter, Mike.
Yes, it is. And you know what, Andre? We may have given up 48 points, but you know what I see so clear? 4-1 in conference.
Yes,
That's
sir.
all that matters. That's all that matters. No matter how you get it done, baby, just get it done. The Panthers take care of business. Look, Andre, I know that we normally do an in-depth, play-by-play deal, but with what we have to weather through right now, I want you to enjoy the rest of your homecoming festivities, my man. An excellent job. As always, we want to thank our listeners, our supporters, the sponsors, Prairie View Athletic Club, the Panther Backers, Temple of Refuge Ministries, Teague's Barbecue, A Rocket Movers, and the listening partners that make up. I want to give a shout-out to my broadcast brother, Lee Hall, the voice of the Delta Devils, Mississippi Valley. We'll be coming at you, Lee Hall, in a couple of weeks, man. My Panthers got to get their vengeance, but we got to take care of a couple of games ahead of that. But just shout-out to everyone, Jack White, Ben Edwards, you, Andre, for all the hard work and labor-intense things. People, you guys just don't know all the backdoor stuff that goes into try to get a broadcast like this off the air. You know, the testing of equipment. You test it one way, it sounds great. When you get there, it's a whole different ball of wax, but you persevere and go through, and we do it because we love our university. This is our university. The presentation is for our alumni brothers and sisters. And Andre Davis, I want to thank you from the depths of my heart, young man, for doing what you do.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, I appreciate it, Mike. I definitely appreciate it. I want to thank you, sir. Thank you for giving me the platform and the opportunity to just show the love that we want to show here for TV Nation. As you mentioned before, this is our university. We love our university, and more importantly, we love our Panthers. So with that being said, this isn't work, my man. This is not work at all, because this is something that we love to do. We love our university, and we love our Panthers, and we love when they can come here and take care of business, even if it's rocky. Even if it's rocky, because it was definitely rocky for a moment there. They would take care of business, And we love it when they take care of business. They're on the field right now celebrating, as they should be. This is a hard-fought win. This is a hard-fought win. They persevered. They weathered the storm. There were some thunderstorms here in this ball game, metaphorically speaking, that is. There were some thunderstorms in this ball game, and the Panthers weathered the storm here against Bethune-Cookman. And if you're the Panthers, go enjoy your homecoming because you've earned it.
Yes, indeed, my friend. Yes, indeed. Also want to give a shout-out to Brother Albert Rayford, who joined us by way of the press box studio. Tried to help out as we could, but the stats was acting up. Everything was acting up today, but it is what it is. Albert visiting all the way from Oakland, California. Has a daughter that is a PV Panther. And so this was his first experience at homecoming for Prairie View. And ask him how did he like it. Look over there and ask him how did he like it.
Hey, Albert, Michael, this is your first homecoming experience at Prairie View. He wants to know how you liked it, sir. Albert said he enjoyed it, and he will be back.
I know that's right. Hey, Andre, enjoy yourself, my friend. Mingle, have a great time, and we'll see and meet up real soon, okay, my brother?
Yes, sir.
Oh, I forgot. We got to do the after party. Y'all give us 15 minutes. I'll do the after party. But look, the party's already been set out. Prairie View wins. We're about to get out of here. Andre, take us out of here, man.
Yes, sir. Well, the party has already started here at Blackshear Field. Panthers win this one by a score of 58-48. Again, if you were tuned into this ball game, we apologize for the technical difficulties. As Mike mentioned, this is what happens when you go live. But we were able to persevere. The Panthers persevered. We persevere because, again, it's something that we want to do for you guys. We thank you all so much that have joined in today. We thank all of our sponsors for making today's broadcast possible. And as always, we thank you, PV Nation. The Panthers win this one by the score of 58-48. We're going to shut things down now as Dr. Mike Prince will gear back up for the 1876 post-game after party. Again, you can tune into that by visiting the website at obnradio.com. Again, that's obnradio.com. And until next time, he is Dr. Mike Prince. I am Andre Davis, and we will see you next time.